Adorable Grump. He's like, you know the rules, Mom. Picking me up is 5 kibble minimum. Usually he doesn't get anything. So, I mean, I think he's just happy to get something. Good luck focusing on work. Have fun playing Elder Scrolls. Wait, what? Because the letter? Have a lovely evening. Good luck at work. Good luck doing work. All right, chat. This is a Patreon pick from the lovely Hall. Hall, thank you so much for being a lovely Patreon bean and a person. Damn it. And for picking the letter. It has been an experience. One of which I don't know how I feel about. Because Hannah's dead now. Hannah's dead now. For those that don't know, the only way Hannah can die, it seems like, is by being brutally murdered from Luke. And I did not expect that to happen. Before leaving for work, Luke begged his wife for another chance and promised she'd have his time for the rest of her life. Hearing this, Hannah was smitten all over again. Yet Johannes was seen trailing the lady throughout the day, which made Hannah very uncomfortable. And when Luke finally returned home, he... Yeah, Zach's friendship. I'm in the way. Isabella's huge. That's where everyone sits. And Isabella's dead, right? Is Isabella dead? Or does Isabella need to be alive? I think she's alive, actually. I don't remember. I don't remember. I know Hannah has to die. We watched Isabella die. I don't know if Bella's alive. Okay. I know we watched her die, but maybe not in this playthrough, so it must not have been this. Like, it must have just been a side thing and I didn't save. Hannah's has to die. Marianne has to die. Ash has to die. And Luke has to die. Right? Like a majority of everyone. It's just Isabella, Zach, and Becca left. She died, but it was not canon. Okay, I thought so. All right. So, I don't remember how to skip. Skip? That, okay. So we do that until we hit something new, because we've played through this whole game already. It was fiction. It never happened. It was false. Tuesday. Oh, it's eerily silent. Don't like that. The music stopped. Okay. Do I need to do this a certain way? Probably. Play it off, or do I tell the truth? I'm looking to Hall for answers, by the way, chat. For those wondering, because Hall is leading me to the truth. Okay, to the true ending. Play it off.
Oh. What? This?
Is this new? A frightened Isabella Santos knocked on Zachary Steele's apartment in the middle of the night. Shaken, she refused to say what happened. Zachary let her stay regardless. Come morning, Zachary received a phone call from Ashton, who's looking for her. Zachary informed him that she stayed over and of the circumstances. Before entering the call, he offered to pick her up. Oh no, she likes me less. Oh no. Alternate dimension and or wibbly wobbly, timey wimey, basically. Hall is our guide through the Willy Wonka tour of murder. Yeah. This has nothing to do with the true ending. It's just something else I wanted to do. Oh, okay. That is totally fine. All right. Skip. Oh no, this is new. The pills rattled against the counter or container when I shake it casually in front of her.
They're nothing to worry about. They're just vitamins. Vitamins, Bella. You know, the usual maintenance stuff. Can't be too careful these days, especially with how erratic the weather has been lately. Actually, I did come down with something last week. Forgot to tell you guys about it. Got me a little worried I wouldn't be able to make it in my own movie premiere.
I don't like Zach lying. It makes me sad. Hi, Fighting Fox! Chat, say hi to my little sister. Also, the little sister's graduating. My baby. excited. Hi, Fighting Fox. I hope you're doing okay. I hope it feels nice to be done with high school.
Good thing the virus or whatever it is left days before we're supposed to meet, huh? Although I think it's decided to come back for another round.
Zach, you aren't really sick, are you?
Well, there goes that excuse.
You're the nicest guy I know around, but you're an even worse liar than I am. I understand it's not a habit, but even I can tell when something's bothering you.
You have no idea how many times I've been told that.
All the congrats. Heck yes. Sorry, but it's necessary. Belle just likes Zach too much. How can it be too much? She shifts her attention to her hand, to fingers clasped firmly together at the hem of her shirt. Instead of the usual grin I'm expecting from her, she draws a frown, her lips pressing tightly together in a slight grimace. Seems like she wants to ask more, beyond what I'm willing to tell, but simply can't phrase it. I can't tell if the sudden inquisitive, curious nature has been part of her from the start, or she has merely spent too much time around Rebecca and Ash. When she looks up, however, the question doesn't come. There's only a smile too reassuring to be genuine on her face.
Can you tell me one thing at least? About this, and that thing when we ate lunch the other day? It isn't just about what happened to your movie now anymore, is it?
No, it ain't. That was never it in the first place.
Just a simple statement of the fact. This much I can answer with all honesty. She nods, and her conflicted expression melting into something more pensive. This is her concession.
I understand. I'm sorry if that came off a bit pushy.
I appreciate it. I really do, Bella. There are some things that are harder to talk about. Even with longtime friends.
I get you. Or at least I think I do. I'm not going to
This is
pretend
still a
I could
cute
help
conversation.
and tell you it's gonna be okay. I know it's never that easy. But I'm here for you if you need someone to listen, Zach. You know that, right?
I could say the same thing about you. I'm here for you if you want to tell me about what happened yesterday. You were pretty shaken.
A laughter almost bitter and likely a little harsh slips out from me. Completely unintentional on my part, perhaps even the medication talking, but the words have already been said, the damage done, leaving only enough room for regret. Still, she doesn't flinch. She only looks a bit torn, with her mouth opening and closing in silent indecision. In the end, she settles for a deep breath, the release slow and steady, as if letting out the heaviness weighing on her. When she looks up at me, a small, unfamiliar, barely noticeable thing slips by. As for what, it's impossible for me to tell.
I'll tell you. I promise I'll tell you. But not right now. Not when I need to make sure of something first. Please understand. Ever since I came here, other people, you guys, have always been helping me. You, Ash, Becca, even the job I have. I only got it because my aunt helped. I don't want to repay any of that kindness by dragging other people into more trouble than necessary. I just want to try and fix this myself.
I should be happy. There should be pride in that despite the problems. She has found herself a stable ground to stand on. But somehow, this time, I find myself worrying instead. I'll make another attempt to get to the story out of her if I can. But this is a dance I know all too well, and with her, I doubt forcing her to say something would yield any results. As much as I want to imitate Ash, there's only so much I can ask that won't result in something a little over-disastrous. At best, she'll stop talking to me until a week passes. At worst, I'd rather not risk it. I've never seen her angry. Outright annoyed, maybe, and often directed at Ash, but never furious. What do they say again about happiest people when angered? Besides, it'd be unfair to her after our little chat.
So, food then?
She seems relieved at the brisk change of subject, and as if has simply been waiting for its cue all this time, her stomach rumbles at the mention of food. Okay, I was wondering if that was skippable. Okay, so now I cooked up a feast, or I know you were busy. Bella and Zach, for that matter, aren't the type to yell and storm off in a huff like Becca. Yeah, tell me about it. Fucking... And even Luke, for that matter. Isabella saw Zachary taking unknown medicine and, concerned, asked what it was for. Not yet ready to reveal his painful past, Zachary played it off, saying they're just vitamins. Isabella didn't believe him, but didn't push for the matter further. To lighten the mood, the two decided to cook breakfast afterwards. Feast? Let's feast!
I don't know about you two, but I think you guys should really stay. I've already made enough food for all of us, and it'd be a waste.
That was my stomach growling for a second, yo. Isabella likes me more. Ashton likes me more. I think this is new. Or, I mean, the same. I think I picked that before. Talking about burning salad. What? Anyway. If you're wondering what I'm talking about, Ashton. This is new. Ashton talked about how he burnt, I think it was salad. Why is fire going anywhere near salad? I thought that was positive for both of them. Good. Yeah, it was. A bit too forward for a married woman, maybe, but not as bad as what's on the tabloids. Not that I ever read those. Ashton would give me flack for just staring at one. Rubbish, he called them once. I think he's just pissed because they often put the local police in a bad light. ACAB? Excuse me. Although with a life of as public as the Wrights, no wonder it's the woman who often gets the crappy end of the stick. Yeah, now she's fucking dead. I can't help but feel sorry for her. She's a real nice person when given the chance. Heck, she might even have ended up friends with Rebecca and Isabella too, if they weren't living worlds apart. Probably. The beep quickly pulls me back before my thoughts travel any further. What is new? Ashton arrived to fetch out Isabella hours later, but she didn't want to leave after all the food they prepared. In the end, Ashton acquiesced and stayed. The Wrights and Zach's upcoming gigs were a few topics touched during their talk over breakfast. Yes, because you picked the extra teasing option in Hannah's chapter. Oh. So is this all skippable? Okay. Oh. She was nice enough to ask after all, and was a good companion up until the awkward turn of our little chit-chat has taken. Even if she didn't ask, I probably would have given her a few prints just for the hell of it. Miss Wright ain't such a bad subject matter to begin with. And maybe this is just me, but for someone who has everything at the palm of her hands, all the money in the world, a loving husband, a fucking murderous husband, and I think someone commented on my playthrough of it and was like, oh, he was possessed. I'm like, I don't care how possessed he was. He still had the intent. I don't think he was fully possessed. I just don't. I don't think he was fully possessed. This is nothing at the commenter. You can totally perceive it how you want. I have a hard time believing that. I can't. I just hate Luke. I think I'm just biased because I hate Luke. Anyway. He might have been possessed. I just hate him. A loving husband and plenty big mansion to call home. She's lonely. She doesn't just appear like it. It shows in the tone of her voice, how she moves, and most certainly in her smiles. Always hidden behind the glamour for the world to never see. Sometimes for people like her, small things like these help. A little reminder that the world can be kind too. Water drips from the paper as I blindly pick it up and gently lay it on another tray, holding a decent amount of photo flow. A few seconds under the solution is all it needs. Okay, this might be... Yeah. Okay. Ooh! I showed the photo to Hannah before, didn't I? Should I show it to Ash? Or should I not, because that might fuck with the ending? No, maybe the ghost had some influence, but he was fully in control of his facilities when he killed her. That's what I was pretty sure about. And fuck Luke. I hate him. Listen. He's awful. 95% of his actions have nothing to do with the ghost. 95%. That's a very specific percent, Dalton. Do you know something? Still Hannah, please? Okay. Yeah, I was like, I don't want to do... Is Hannah dead by this point? Hold on. When did Hannah die? Okay, some of Hannah's shots in the photo shoot the day before, distorted. Would have almost dismissed them. When did Hannah die? Okay, no, Hannah's still alive. Okay. All right. No, she's not dead yet, yeah. Am I a friend of Hannah? I'm a menace! She died the 29th. Okay. No, what do I actually say, though? As much as I want to be a menace. This one doesn't matter? Okay. I'm a friend of Hannah's.
Sorry, sir. I was just...
I'm gonna be a menace.
You see, I'm a friend of Hannah, and...
A friend of Hannah?
Get fucked.
Yes, sir.
Oh, wait, no. Might be racism ahead. I didn't think this through. Warning, I don't know what Luke's about to say. His eyebrows shoot into his hairline at my answer. Although it swiftly disappears under his dismissive gesture and a chuckle at its heels. A small frown spreads across my face before I can stop myself. What I said, wait, what did it? Hannah liked me more for that, actually. Interesting. So question, can Luke and, I don't think so, but can Luke and Zach, not Luke, can Hannah and Zach end up together? Is that a possibility? Curious about it. Get fuck Luke. Oh no. Also, hi Theron. Did I say hi Theron? I don't know, but hi. Hello. The other 5% is ghost shenanigans. That's fair. Say friend if you want to piss off Luke. Who wouldn't? I mean, yeah, that's exactly what I'm a menace. No, they are not canon. Damn it. Okay. I'm kind of sad about that it's not a possibility, but I guess because Luke is in the picture. All right. What I said was nothing remotely funny in it, and yet here he is, hugging an arm closer to himself in a weak attempt to keep his shoulders from shaking.
Did I mispronounce something wrong? Or?
No, not at all. You didn't. My wife, has never mentioned a friend like you. That's all.
Like me.
I suppose it's a good thing she's venturing out of the usual. Vultures and savages, all of them hiding under sheep's clothing.
I think he's actually talking about the rich people in that case. Which, I mean, he's not wrong.
I don't really get it, sir, but it's not really surprising she wouldn't talk about me. We just met yesterday during the shoot.
I'm actually surprised he wasn't being racist at first. Now I think he might be. He was actually like, wow, Hannah has a friend that's not a rich bitch. And he was impressed by it? But the canon couples are Hannah, Luke, Belle, Ash, Belle, Becca, Marianne and Hannah, and Becca and Luke. What? How in the fuck can Becca and Luke... Oh, wait, Becca. Not Bella. Because of the whole, like, them with the whole her being his niece's teacher? How does that happen, though? Like, how can they get close enough for that? And does Hannah have to be dead? I have a couple questions. I need to know what circumstances happen for that to be a canon thing. Ew! Still ew. Yeah. Still ew. I was just impressed, like, Isabella and Luke never interact. And I was like, oh, Becca, wait, yeah, they do. Okay. Marianne and Hannah OTP. Yes, and I'm upset that both need to be dead for a true ending. Don't kill the queers. Don't do it. When I told River that, River was very annoyed and upset about that. I thought Becca had better standards. It's the tsundere bullshit. And she does see a lot of his softer side because of being with the kid. And doesn't know his true side. I mean, if you think about it, she doesn't know anything about Luke being a cheater and stuff. Not like Marianne does. Like, Marianne knows this is a cheating hoe of a husband. Becca doesn't know any of that. And just seeing how he is with a child, and he's fairly decent with the kid. I can see how she wouldn't make a smart decision of staying away from him because she doesn't know any better. So they could be together in the afterlife, I guess, but that's still killing the queers. Hannah, it's just a bad habit all media tends to do, is like, here's gay people for you, but they gotta die for the story to proceed. I have big spoiler for Lovecraft Country. None of the queers live. Well, one lives, but they're not good. So the other ones die. It's just a habit a lot of things do, is killing all of the gay people. And it's a little frustrating. It's common. It's a very common trope. Or like in horror or whatever. Yeah. Not in like comedy or whatever, obviously. Hannah does not have to be dead as far as I know. Wait, Hannah doesn't have to be dead for the true ending? Or wait, what? Or did you just really want to show me Hannah's ending? I thought Hannah had to be dead. Stop killing every queer character in media, thanks, yeah. Then boom, burying the gays for drama. Yeah. Like, I'm glad to have representation, but I prefer to live. You know? Becca and Luke is probably the least coupley couple, and it only comes out in the epilogue. Okay. I mean, yeah, so you don't see it happening. But still, I know Lecky. Yeah, I know Lecky either. No, she doesn't have to be dead for Luke and Becca to be a thing. Oh, got you. Okay, interesting. Interesting. So they just, okay. Interesting that, like, maybe he just is like, okay, yeah, we shouldn't be together. It's a more respectful, sane Luke ending. Yeah, I got it. No, I totally get it. I was like, why did we kill Hannah if she doesn't have to die? Never mind. No, they still have to kill the queers for true ending. And killing Eving? Oh, I don't know what that is. Killing Eve, I thought it was a typo, sorry. Killing Eve is the latest bury your gays disaster, and the backlash has been fierce. I don't know what that is. Eve? That's why River wouldn't watch Lovecraft Country with me, because River read up on the ending. And there's an episode, spoilers, there's an episode where they introduce, I like Lovecraft Country aside from these things, but these things are very glaring flaws. They introduce a character that is perceived as Two-Spirit, basically. And they promptly kill her, or kill them after introducing them. And like, same episode, just hour later, not even an hour, just 5 minutes later, dead. It was they defended it by saying it was to show minority on minority violence, but you didn't have to write that. Also, then the ending has it killing off the only queer couple, basically. Well, one lives, they're not good, and the other one's dead. So it's like, and they're the only queer people in the whole show, and all of them are dead. And they're some of the only people that die. So it's like really glaringly obvious. So it's rough to keep seeing, you know? God damn it. I honestly, in my opinion, what I think true ending should have been for this game is everyone living but Luke. That's true ending for me. In my heart of hearts, that is my true ending. As soon as the statement is out, the amicable air melts away almost palpably. His eyebrow creases into a frown and his posture stiffens. With how fast the atmosphere around us changes, in the mere span of, a few spoken words, I'm not quite sure what I can and can't say anymore. Like handling a ticking time bomb. I can't read all of a sudden. Is this why Ashton wants us to stay away from them? If so, a part of me regrets not listening to him now.
Shoot. Who are you again?
Zachary Steele, sir. I was here yesterday from the magazine feature about your home.
Ah, that Zachary, the photographer. I remember now. Just when you think she'd be careful meddling around media types these days, she makes friends with one.
It was really just small chit-chat, sir. The usual. To keep things entertaining. The shoot did take the whole afternoon to finish.
Oh, I'm sure she was pleasantly entertained. She wouldn't be making friends with media types if she wasn't. No matter. She's her own woman. She can do what she wants so long as she doesn't do anything to ruin herself.
I'm sure Miss Wright is aware of that, sir.
That she is. But we aren't here to talk about her, are we? What is this about today?
Except we are.
The city's a long way from here. On pushbike, no less.
Yeah, I was actually hoping to talk to her.
Of course. Here for another headline, perhaps.
Not exactly, sir. I'm off work. This is for something else.
That's what they always say. The next thing you know, your face is in the front page of every conceivable scandal sheet going all the way to the ass end of Plymouth. You media types have such an insatiable taste for gossip. It's almost amazing.
There, Kat. There's always headcanon. I know. It's a common trope of just killing off the only representation we have in horror or in, like, you know, suspense things. Obviously, again, not in comedy and stuff, but then again, in those instances, we're used as comedic humor, not as here's just a normal family. There is some, and people are working on it, and a lot of kids shows have been very, very queer positive, which is amazing. Like, oh my god, She-Ra. So, like, we're getting better about it. Even Legend of Korra, although Nickelodeon did not want to air it, but it's still a fight. Killing Eve was a spy drama centered around the cat and mouse game between Eve, an MI6 agent, and a Russian assassin named Villanelle. Is that how you pronounce it? The show basically spent its entire 4th season with them slowly being paired together, and then the final 2 episodes destroyed it all out of nowhere. What the fuck? And no one wants to go to the ass end of Plymouth. Yeah, apparently.
There won't be any of that in an interior design magazine, sir. I can assure you that one.
Oh, you never know. Well-trained hounds have an uncanny way of sniffing out things no matter where you keep them. I do admire the passion, though. It takes a lot of energy for someone to leave bed this early, let alone knock at someone else's door at this hour.
What time is it?
That aside, unfortunately, you're going to have to come back some other day. You see, darling wife left not a moment to go.
He's lying.
I have not an inkling where
Welcome
she
back.
went, or when she'll be back. So you're better off.
Love is at the movies.
Yeah, this is all. Get fucked. Still amazing. All right.
This right after you introduced yourself as my friend in front of my husband.
I didn't think you were gonna know about it. I just wanted to piss off Luke. Oop. 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 Look at this pissed off face. Disturbed Zachary decided to show the photographs to Hannah herself. He was greeted by Luke. Upon arriving at the mansion, just in time, Hannah appeared to save Zach from further interrogation. At her request, Zach accompanied her to Luxborn City.
I do believe this isn't how friends address each other. Too formal, don't you think?
It was a positive for Hannah. I was just like, you weren't supposed to know, ma'am. She gives the card back to me nevertheless, and with it, her mood fades into a more pensive one. An odd look settles on her face, yearning, a bit wistful, as she looks back towards the shop's display window. There's nothing remotely interesting in it for me when I follow her line of sight, though. A few trinkets here and there, a fur rug, a sofa, a wooden side table, and a lamp, all tastefully picked and arranged to resemble a typical antique living room. On second thought, it does look comfortable. But why they added a crib beside it baffles me. Oh, she's looking at the crib. Unless, of course, the people they're hoping to market to are those who already have children or are about to have one, then maybe it is fitting. Peculiar choice for decorations aside, it does make for a nice icebreaker, if it's not on the same level of weird and completely out of the blue. It's still leagues better than the awkward silence, which is definitely too out of character for a personality like Miss Wright. Hannah's. How should I start the conversation? Does this matter? Hannah was more impressed than anything, seems like. Yeah, apparently. Which, I mean, is fine. At least she's like, I have a friend. Even though I pushed him and was a little too forward. Doesn't matter, but go cute. Okay.
Ooh, I think that one looks cute.
Is that new for me? She liked me more. We're on baseline again. Oop. Hannah balks to my surprise, shuffling 2 steps away from the window and glares at it with such vehemence. I never know how to pronounce it. As if it did something remotely scandalous. A funny sight when taken out of context, and I probably would be laughing, really, if I understand what warranted such a reaction from her.
I was looking at the crib.
I think it is new, because I don't think I...
Wasn't really talking about the crib, Hannah.
Very good, then. But it wasn't the crib, all right.
Alright, I get you. But that's not it. Honest. I was just saying the stuff that was on display there looks nice. Or at least as nice as it can be compared to the ones we visited earlier. But I'm sure your interior designer has something different in mind for your mansion, so don't mind me.
Zach! I love the voice actor so much. I was hoping that would be enough to cut the topic short. Instead, she sighs, leans on the wall closest to her, and runs her hands through a lock of her hair. There's a far-flung look in her eyes, even as she fixes it on the concrete curb.
You need to stop looking at people like that, Sleety.
I'm afraid I don't quite catch your drift, ma'am.
I suppose you wouldn't be aware of it. Do you know you always carry this kind of phase? Like you're always staring at the world with this honest look. Like all there is to see is all the good in it.
Frankly, I don't see anything wrong if it's like that. I mean, there always has to be something in it. You know, a sprinkle of kindness here and there.
I love Zach.
Otherwise, we'd all be miserable.
For you, maybe. Some people have to fight through it just to see that. And kindness isn't always a great thing to have around. Sometimes too much of it can hurt.
It makes you wonder from where this is coming from, how bad things have really gone for her to have this view. This is new. I do understand her sentiment. Really, I do. Still, when it's the last thing you can cling to, when things have gone irreversibly bad, sometimes you simply don't get to make a choice.
Besides, the point is, it's impossible to lie when a person is looking at you like that.
Good.
Or I could, but I'd feel like a horrible person afterwards. Did you hear that, Mr. Zach? You just made me feel like a horrible person.
Don't put that on him.
I sort of wish I have one like it. Just so people would stop lying to my face.
Or you can start by being honest with yourself. It shouldn't be quite hard. Friends don't lie to each other, don't they?
I guess so.
So what was the lie?
She draws in a breath, lays a soothing hand on her stomach and...
That it was really the crib I was looking at earlier, silly. You're right, Uncle Zach. It's cute, but the pattern's not to my taste. I'm pretty sure Marianne could do something about that, though.
I'm so upset she's dead! Oh, absolutely no one is allowed to lie to Zach. He'd make a better cop than Ash. Zach, Hannah. Oh. I hope he picked up on that.
At the moment, what I should really be worried about is if I'm ever going to be a good mother to this child. Mad! I can't even tell the father he's going to be one in a few months' time.
Oh, we getting the whole fucking scoop.
Probably doesn't even want anything to do with this whole pregnancy thing. What am I going to do, Zach? Because right now, I'm absolutely at a loss.
I'm totally fine with them just being platonic friends. I love it. And she's dead. They're very cute together. I hope he gets mad on her behalf at Luke. Good morning, chat. Good morning, Fender. Hey, baby.
Oh.
How are you doing? Are you okay? A beat.
Oh.
Oh! The realization strikes me like a ton of bricks suddenly bearing down on me. More than astonishment must have been shown on my face, because Hannah lets out a chuckle. The slump in her shoulders disappears altogether underneath her mirth. Where's Marianne during this conversation? You were sleepy? Okay. I'm not doing too bad, just a sleepy baboo. Okay. I clicked off. On accident. Okay.
Don't look so surprised, dearie. Tied the knot 7 years ago, remember? Don't you think it's bound to happen?
She brandishes her hand in front of me, the unassuming silver band on her finger glinting against the late morning sunlight for a second. She eyes it lovingly, almost tenderly, despite the trace of sadness in her voice. For all I know, there's an entire story there. I'd ask, but that would be too inappropriate even for friends. It's not my place to meddle to begin with.
Or at least that's what they've been saying early on. My whole social circle would be saying it's a long time coming.
But the kid is something you want, right? Because
Oh, yeah.
if it ain't, then that's a whole other problem.
Yeah.
Of course. I wouldn't deny I've been hoping to have him or her for a long time now.
You want the kid. It's Luke that doesn't want the kid. Reading the ring inscription slowly. One ring to rule them all.
But then, now that we're here, all of a sudden, there are a whole lot of other things to be worried about. Business, a new home, public image, my own husband, and I don't know. I didn't really have anyone for a role model.
Zach can be your role model.
I practically grew up with
Doesn't matter
nursemaids
anymore.
pampering me every step of the way. What if it happens to this baby as well? Oh, I can already see how this will end.
Huh. I guess it's not just my sister.
What?
You and my sister. I mean, you're both having jitters or something like that. That's what it's called, right? First baby jitters? Mind you, she was really convinced she'd do everything wrong then. He even called me in the middle of the night. Has to switch places the day she found out she's carrying a new member of the family. Never mind how utterly impossible her request is.
I'm quite sure I haven't done anything of that sort yet.
Oh, you don't know that? My brother-in-law has been telling me things 5 weeks into my sister's pregnancy. Said she's one cranky pregnant lady. Man, good thing I found a place for myself years before that bundle of joy arrived, huh?
It can't be that awful.
Who knows? I think we'd better leave it for Mr. Wright to decide, yeah?
Provided he comes around. He just sounds so repulsed every time the idea is brought up.
Then maybe you should say it to his face. No mincing of words or beating around the bushes.
And if he says no?
You haven't even told him yet. Besides, that's his kid. Don't people usually say fatherhood changes men?
She doesn't end up telling him, does she? Because I don't think he knew he was murdering also his child.
I wouldn't call myself a living testament, of course. But there ought to be something that will hit him in that idea alone.
A wrecking ball would be nice.
Laughter escapes me before I can stop it, and for a moment, I thought I have done something wrong when she doesn't join in. I really wish I had actually done this in my playthrough, because this is a really cute moment. He's still her husband, no matter what jests or complaints she hurls about him behind the media's eyes, or in the presence of people she trusts. But when she does, her chuckle a small, hesitant sound at first, I find the rest of my unease slipping away. Wait, for Becca and Luke, does Ash need to be dead? Because how does Becca get over Ash? I didn't even realize I was that tired, to be honest. Just passed out after nomming Subway earlier. I hope it was delicious.
Well, whatever it is, my point is, you've got no idea what will happen. In the same way, you don't know if you'll be a good mom.
Yeah.
Trust me, my sister's been there. It's perfectly normal. If, my opinion matters, though.
A long second of indecision goes by. I can feel her eyes, filled with nothing but curiosity, boring into me while she waits for the rest. It's just a simple sentiment, but one thing I think she needs to hear for all the doubts she unwittingly places on herself. I'm just not sure if it should come from me. I'll be damned.
I think you'll be a great mother, Hannah.
If she has an answer to that, I don't get to hear it, nor does she get to say it. As soon as it's out of my mouth, the bell hanging over the antique store chimes, and out comes Miss McCollough. For more than one reason, I have never been so relieved our talk got interrupted.
Everything's been taken care of for tomorrow,
Okay.
Mrs. Wright. We'll have everything you requested delivered early.
Okay. It was good. Steak and cheese with Caesar. Oh. That's where Marianne is? Yeah, apparently she was inside. So are we showing the pictures or not? I showed her the pictures and she did not like it last time. If it doesn't matter, I'll try Nevermind and see what that does. Because I know I showed them because I regretted it. I was like, why don't you want to know? It doesn't matter. Let's do Nevermind. She should know. I really should tell her. Yet. Yeah, she likes us more for it. Doesn't matter.
Zachary, what is it?
When I look at her, all I see is a woman who only wants the best for her, the family she's trying to build. Honestly, though, if I had had that conversation, I wonder if I wouldn't have shown her because of the whole baby thing. I don't know. I don't know if my decision would have changed. I see those loving smiles on her face whenever she puts her hand over her belly, the fond tones in her voice every time she thinks about what will be in a month's time. I bet she bought that mansion for the same reason. To fill its many rooms with the smiles and laughter of their children, to create memories from it, unlike the lonely ones she had as a child. And I can't bring myself to shatter that little wish. What other proof do I have except for what might be taken as a couple of badly developed photos? No matter where you look at it, this is ridiculous. Maybe I am seeing things, and I need to visit my doctor again as soon as possible.
About the photos you requested.
Oh, are they done?
No, actually, they're not done yet. I had to finish the ones for the magazine first. I really don't want to rush it.
Please don't tell me you came all the way to Anslim just to tell me that.
I made you a promise.
Oh, you poor thing. I won't hold it against you if you can't give it to me soon. I'm not rushing you, dear. Good art takes time, yes. I'm more concerned about the quality than how fast it gets delivered. With it, I'm sure I'll get my money's worth.
You really don't have to pay for it, Hannah.
Shush you. Don't sell yourself short. You keep doing that and other people will follow. I'll have my secretary send the first half to your account tonight. No buts.
Behind her, Miss McCollough merely nods, mouthing at me to just take it as it is. Take the money. She'd know, of course, being the other person working for the Wrights. But even if I decline, I'm certain Hannah won't be giving me a choice. She'll do it anyway.
I guess I'll just have to make sure I'll take good photos tomorrow at your party, yeah?
Fair enough. I'd love to discuss it with you, but I'll only get in the way. And I really need to leave now.
Have a good day, then.
You too, sweetie.
She's so precious. I'm so mad she has to be dead. She smiles and waves, and then she's gone, leaving me wondering if I've just wasted half my day worrying for nothing. But the weight of the photos in my pocket is impossible to ignore. Maybe I should have done the foolish thing instead. Miss McCollough departs shortly after Miss Wright has taken her leave, muttering something about getting a quick lunch before fetching Bruthiel from Chris. Assuming that's the cat. At Lexborn City, Zachary and Hannah met with Marianne McCollough. While Marianne was busy, Hannah disclosed her pregnancy and her frustrations to Zach. At the end of their talk, Zachary changed his mind about the photos. I don't know what or who Bruthiel is. It must be important for her to be in this kind of hurry. Okay, he's freaking out. Hi. Oh, I was in the way. I was Mike Wazowskiing the ghost! Get fucked. Yeah. Can't disagree with Hannah making sure artists and the like get paid what they're worth. Oh, yeah, no, I love that. Oh, I love it. And I love how she says, like, if you do that, other people start doing it, which is true. It's so true. When one artist starts lowballing themselves, other artists start doing it to compete, and then, like, all of them are not getting paid what they're worth. I don't know what I answer. Is there something I can make to feel? Okay. I think I said we can still fix this. I don't know what I should say, if anything. fix this, I think. Should I save? Here, I might as well save. I haven't saved in a bit. Oh god, too many saves. Why is this empty? Maybe to break. Maybe it was to let me know. Yeah, because this is my playthrough. Okay. Look at that. Fix
It
it.
ain't too late. We could still fix this. There's 3 of us here.
Okay. Isabella real likes me. Let's go. Let's go. They both like me more for that, actually. New. Oh! Disappointed because he wasn't able to accomplish his mission with Hannah, Zachary went to his friend, Father Norman, for advice. However, in an unexpected turn of events, the priest vehemently pushed Zach away, yelling curses, calling him a demon. Did he die? I don't think we ever find out his outcome. Ah! Zachary's nightmares become worse with each passing day. This is the day she dies! To help clear his mind of the unwanted images, Zach took a visit to the park. There he met Kylie Suarez, a precious young girl studying at Miss St. Geretti. Yeah, I did pick this. Dang it, too many things are positive for both of them. Do we not want it to be positive? Oh, you're making me do this? Look, mouse. Spacebar. What? Ah! Still jump scared me. Light flashes fleetingly one last time, allowing me a glimpse of her grotesque, misshapen features before once again it's lost in the darkness. You have to, like, hear which sound she's coming from to find her. I want Ash to like Zach more than Bella does. Oh. Is that, like, super important? Upon returning to his apartment, Zachary was greeted by Ashton and Isabella. Now suspicious of what was happening, Ashton informed Zach that he and Isabella will try to get to the bottom of this. He also warned Zach to be careful. When did this game become Fatal Frame? Just that part, for some reason. Alright. Fuck off, right? No, it doesn't matter for the true end. It's just a cute scene. Oh, okay. Okay, we're keeping him alive. I assume. Well, I could probably save up with that. Oh, I don't know. Yep. From the room up the second floor. There are no lights inside and the windows are shut, but I'm sure whoever's singing is in there. And what?
Hold on a sec there.
It's difficult to get a decent view from my position, but something's odd about that window. The marks on the other side, rather. Streaks the color of copper running across wide glass panes. I can't make out most of it, if the strokes are meant to say something. Mrs. Wright's cleaning crew might have simply missed that room. Blood on the window. Missed it. We'll kill him later. Yeah, that's why I'll save and yeah. Still, why I'll hear an old tune here of all places I won't know. It's not an obscure song by all means. It is pretty rare to find someone who knows this. Oh, okay. I'm assuming keep looking for Ash. I'm assuming look into it is investigating it. We want to keep him alive, right? Ash, okay, I thought so. Alright, we did this then. Marianne! We're on Marianne. Alright, let's kill Marianne, I guess. So we don't get to see his reaction to knowing she's dead. Ooh. Oh. No. Does this matter? Probably matters. Do I have to sleep with Luke? I don't want to sleep with Luke. I don't want to do it. Doesn't matter. I'd still cock block him if it was me. Okay, good. Oh, please, no. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. No, well, this is wrong.
We're both drunk.
Fuck off. I don't know if it would matter because I know we're trying to kill Marianne. But I don't know if that's going to happen via our playthrough or Ash never finding her, which I feel like that makes sense. She'll just be stuck in the jail forever. Does this matter? Also, Isabella likes us less. I don't even know what I did. What'd I do? What? Ma'am? Okay. Terrified Zach went looking for Ashton in the Ermagerd mansion, but to no avail. He also tried to warn Luke about spirits supposedly living in his house, but simply turned away. As he was about to give up, he received an urgent call from Ashton ordering him to head straight to Samwell residences. Email from the Wrights came requesting Marianne McCollough's expertise for their home. Seemed like an innocent commission. Made a different impact on the famous designer after seeing the picture of the Wrights' missus. Oh, these are all new. Marianne went to the Crawl Bar, Galloway Shaw, to buy its patron for a night out with her close friends, Cam and Haruna. When they left, Marianne was seen with a stranger whom was only referred to as Whiskey, Luke. In turn, she was called Mint. Marianne and Whiskey went back to the condo after having one too many drinks. However, Marianne changed her mind about the one-night stand and ended up sharing tea with him instead. The next morning, the stranger left nothing but a note and a bottle of painkillers. Marianne befriended Rebecca Gales during a visit to the library. Marianne received a call from Rose Cooper afterwards informing her that the Ermagerd mansion's floor plans were ready for pickup at their office. Okay. Oh, wait. New profile. Oh, wait. Okay. Nope. Say the top one? Okay. You have something to say? You cock-blocked her cat? Hell yeah, I did. Cutest diary art anywhere. That one of Rebecca. Yay. I give her time to speak up. Is this... Oh, I already did this one. Okay. Makes her like me more. I didn't even know what to make of that whole meltdown that happened with the strange document. If I were the client, I would have been very upset. She'd have been in hot water for it.
Clients usually support artists of their own choice. If they don't, I'm always happy to refer those that I know.
That's cool.
They're very picky. I don't think a hobbyist will have an easy time getting their work sold.
Hey, I'll have you know I was a student of the fine arts.
And yet, here you are, selling property. Maybe you weren't a very fine student of the arts.
Do you know how hard it is to have that be your career? You have to do gallery selling and stuff like that and make art like all the time. Also, gallery, I'm not a fan of gallery art life, personally. It's not for me. Can't skip again. It's just those two lines. Okay. It's been a bit, so I don't remember. All right. Are we going to check it out or continue waiting? I think I continued waiting last time. Let me know if it matters. Marianne visited BRC to pick up the floor plans. She was assisted by Isabella Santos, and the two shared a brief talk about art, which ended with Marianne leaving a piece of advice to Isabella. Isabella! My favorite line in the whole game. Doesn't matter, continue waiting. Okay. Doop, 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 doop. Help me. I'm not feeling too well, or I just remembered something. I think I admitted to not feeling too well last time. Isabella! Let me know if it matters. I really need to make that alert. I just keep forgetting. Doesn't matter. Okay. I just remembered something.
I just remembered something, that's all. It's nothing to worry about.
Actually, did I say that last time? Hannah liked us more for that.
Are you sure?
Okay, yeah.
I am all ears if there is something bothering you. I don't mind a good story, and I don't want it to affect your work performance.
Gossipy wagon, isn't she? She should just leave you alone. It's not like you need her.
You don't have to worry about that, Mrs. Wright. I say business stays business, and anything else can stay in the doghouse until I'm done with work.
I just have to bear through it, don't I? If I tell her that I'm hearing voices, that'd be a fast track straight to the nut house. Only the choice in this chapter doesn't matter. That matters is the last one. Okay. The problem is I won't remember what the last one is. It's been so long. What else can I do? Saint Dimphna helped me lest I become like her father Damon, insane at the thought of lost love and mad in the pursuit of another.
Shall we talk about your work then?
If you'd like. It's on your time, after all.
I've been told many good things about you, and I've seen some of your work before. Others speak very highly of your work etiquette. Yet I've never heard of you before. Not even a whisper of the McCollough name.
Well, I've only been in Luxbourne for 4 years. Tried to make it big in London for nearly 3 years before. And I've only been working these high-quality projects for the past year.
I stick straight to the point. It's best to be brief when talking to clients after all. Keep it clean cut as much as possible. Yet at the same time, I have to make it engaging so it doesn't look like I don't want to talk to them.
I imagine it hasn't been easy. I can't see why you've moved from London to Luxbourne, though.
Job vacancies were fewer at the time, and I had a lot of competition in London. Let's not even talk about the living costs there. But I'm glad I moved here, even if it hadn't been smooth sailing. If I had it easy, I probably wouldn't be working projects like these.
Why even bother explaining to her? She won't understand. She's practically born with a silver spoon in her mouth. The woman could probably snap her fingers and have servants attending to her beck and call.
She does look the part of a spoiled heiress, doesn't she? It would be a relief if she's just that. Something that's different from Miss Wright. Something that's different from Miss Wright and her. Before she can get another word in, words that maybe have proven me wrong or right, she looks up at the loft with a fond expression on her face. With just a simple glance, she can put so much love that I feel a tad bit jealous of whoever holds it.
Good morning, Luke, darling.
Good morning, ladies. What a wonderful morning it is that I wake up to such a beautiful sight.
Disgusting. Marianne visited the Wright's penthouse to discuss work for the couple. While waiting for them, she tried to turn on the telly, got a glimpse of a horrifying past. Hannah Wright soon showed up, asking very spooked Marianne if she was feeling well. Yeah, we can skip this. We don't need to see Luke, no. Not at all. Yes, it sounds fair, or we can compromise. I think I said compromise last time. Because I think, is yes, it sounds fair on the side of Luke? I don't remember. I guess I could. Oh no, it's agreeing with Miss Wright. I think I said yes, it sounds fair. Fair? Okay. Bella's picture is me every time Luke shows up. That's fair. Miss Wright has her points, though I really don't want to butt into this spat of her husband and wife. She likes me more! Chat. Marianne and Hannah, let's go. It won't matter. They're both gonna be dead. But it is what I said last time. Okay. Give me the gay couple. Alright. The mansion's arrangements were discussed over breakfast. During the meeting, the Wright couple had an argument about the mansion's arrangements. In the end, they decided a visit will settle it. So does it matter where she should go first? I'm assuming, I don't know if this is the last day. She was locked up after the party, I think. We would totally get Hannah Marianne on this run if Hannah wasn't dead. Yeah. Hi, Amphu. You're free. And let's go first floor. Okay. I've already seen enough of this floor during the open house, so I might as well go upstairs. Did I say first floor? I did. All right, first floor is not the bottom floor. Anyway. Why don't you decide on your own? You must have been quite the pair. Either way, I'm going to save. Doesn't matter. Tomorrow's going to be a nightmare. All the energy to you. Bottom one? Okay.
You must have been quite the pair, Mrs. Wright.
OTP. 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 I'm upset about it.
Hannah Evans and Luke Wright
new.
taking Luxbourne by storm. At least, that's what I've heard.
That gets a giggle out of her. And can I be blamed if I like the way her eyes crinkled? Or how she sounded when she laughed?
Quite the celebrity couple, according to all the newspapers.
Put my schedule up on the calendar. Good luck.
But it wasn't always that way. father certainly didn't approve of him at first. Why, he told me to stay away from him.
Yeah.
Told me that I was too good for him.
Also true.
That's the usual overprotective dad speak, though.
He was
But
right.
of course, you know that.
I don't. I was too busy keeping my grades up at boarding school to maintain my scholarship. Never mind the fact that I went to an all-girls boarding school, so father never had any reason to fuss over boys trying to date his little girl.
And what did you tell him? Considering you are Mrs. Wright now, you or the mister must have convinced him otherwise.
Yes, well, I told him I was my own woman and I could decide who was deserving of me or not on my own. Thank you very much. That never stopped him from making sure Luke couldn't get anywhere near me without an escort and a guard anyway.
Your dad was right, Hannah.
Though he certainly wasn't that overprotective when I was dating Jack.
Maybe your father considered this Jack a more capable man?
I doubt it. Jacqueline was nowhere close to being any sort of a role model when we were in college. She was rebellious, reckless, and immature. Everything I wasn't.
Hannah's been gay for a while? I love it! Oh my god! I didn't know that! Ah! Confirmed bisexuals. I love it! Oh my god.
But she was quite the charming, stunning woman, and I think that made her quite likable.
That takes me by surprise a lot more than by the fact that Mr. Wright's father-in-law didn't like him. That much was to be expected. But this? I have nothing against them because that's their thing, though the nuns and the priests would say otherwise. Although wasn't she worried about the implications, the rumors that would have arisen about her dating another of the same sex? Especially with someone of her social status.
You look surprised, Marianne. The first thing anybody needs to know about me is that I go after what I want.
Oh, do you now? Oh, fuck. I'm not there. Ah, where am I? Don't worry about it. Oh, do you? Oh, do you go after what you want? Oh, do you now? Oh, do you? I wouldn't have guessed. Am I what you want? Is it me? Is it me? I see you dropping that bisexualness in their game, and I like it. Wait a minute, we were talking about Jack, and you swapped to Jacqueline. Their name must have been Jack. They can go by a nickname as a woman. What? Take care, Zathea. Have a lovely night. Also, Hannah's dad had the right idea. Yay for bye, Hannah. Take care, Zathea. Have a lovely evening. Get all the rest. Take care of yourself. Have a good weekend, too. Hey.
And when it comes to who I love, it doesn't matter to me whether they're a man or a woman.
That's what we like to hear! Oh my god, yes. It's a nice enough sentiment. Still, the thought of this lovely lady before me had once been with another woman? I can feel my cheeks heat up in a bit of a panic. Same thing. I can feel my cheeks heat up and I panic, thinking they might be red enough for Miss Wright to notice. I can't tell, though a coy smile graces her lips.
Legs, we called her, because of how
Legs?
often she was running about because of one thing or another. Climbing up walls and, what do they call it now? Parkour.
That's, I'm gonna guess that's not why they called her legs. There's gotta be another reason they called her legs. Hannah, can you want me? KatTWynn. It doesn't matter, Hannah's dead.
And also because of her,
Parkour.
well, legs.
Oh, there it is! There it is! Called it! Anyway, I called it. It's because of her legs.
And you went after her?
Not right away. When I first met her, I wanted nothing to do with her. She was so improper and uncouth. But I slowly realized that didn't mean she was a bad person. On the contrary, she did many a good thing and was always so nice to others. I found myself confused. I couldn't figure out if I wanted to be her or wanted to be with her.
Fucking mood.
So I approached her, told her that I might have fancied her.
And your father didn't mind?
He must have thought it was my form of rebellion. but he never watched out for Jack as much as he watched out for Luke. If I didn't love my father so much, if he hadn't raised me right, I think I might have told him to bugger off. He's never been more attentive of me than when I started bringing home dates.
I'm sure he loved you very much.
She laughs once more, a glow about her. I know, she says with a small smile.
I suppose I've taken too much of your time with my silly stories. You still have much to inspect?
I still have most of this floor, and I'll want a quick run-through of the ground floor again later.
I shan't keep you from your work any longer then. Just call me if you need anything. I'd like to look around myself.
When she turns to leave, she glances back at me before disappearing into the foyer. Do I look like Jack? Does Marianne look like Jack? I look out the window from where she was standing, and I move on. Alone with nothing but my thoughts and her.
Finally, some peace and quiet. Thought the old biddy would never leave.
Okay, and then that's all. Okay. Jacqueline was Spider-Woman, confirmed. Okay. Oh, right. Oh, shit!
Why don't you love me?
Ah! Ah! Oh. That was stressful. Almost killed her. All right. Oh, nightmare fuel. That was a very good impression of the ghost scream cat. You're welcome. Okay. Marianne examined the first floor upon arrival at the mansion after a small talk with Hannah Wright. Marianne headed for the study. She saw the ghost from her past reflect in the mirror. Despite that, she gave her word that she would see through the project until the end. Suddenly QTE! I know. As soon as they go into the kitchen, I realize I'm holding my breath. I let out a sigh of relief when I think nobody is looking and I go back to the task at hand. It'll be a terribly busy day, and there's no need for me to even think of anything else. I talk to the foreman, fill him in on which room is which. Is this not skippable? Okay. It seems I'm doomed to not get any significant work done without being interrupted when it comes to these particular clients,
Marianne,
however.
dear, have you had breakfast yet?
Are we gonna have breakfast? Hi, Demonas. Hello. I didn't mess up, really.
Well, I do believe it would be considered brunch at this hour.
Oh yes, Mrs. Wright,
You must join me. Johans has already been breaking in the kitchen, as they say. I do not see the others settling down for a meal anytime soon. Someone might as well enjoy the food while it's hot. And that someone might as well be us.
Might as well be us, chat. Oh, wait, I didn't even read it. I should say no. I really must say no. But the way she smiles at me makes it difficult to do so. I thought I had breakfast with her. Okay. Look at how ridiculous I'm being. Acting like a silly, nervous schoolgirl with a crush. It's just brunch. And who am I to say no to a client? It would be impolite to do so. It's not like I'm going to agree because of anything other than propriety. I'm not agreeing just because she batted her pretty eyelashes at me. Yeah, you are.
if you insist.
It really isn't any of those. But it's something about her eyes, rather. She looks like she needs a good talk. A friend. And although I'm not supposed to be chummy with my client, there's no harm in pretending, right? Of course, I've been wrong on many occasions before. Maybe there is plenty of harm in pretending that I care. Because pretending I care might lead to actually caring. I even saw it, and it still startled me. I had just looked in chat and saw, I was like, oh, biddies. And then the scream happened because I wasn't thinking of how many biddies those were. Soothe. Thank you for the 666 biddies. Mostly lurking this week has been really draining. Oh, Demonas, all the hooks to you. I'm so sorry. You lurk all you need. Absolutely. You recharge. I think this is an extra scene because we maxed their relationship. Oh, okay. Being alone in the same room as the missus leaves me reeling as I find myself paying too much attention to her. It seems so borderline unhealthy how much I'm getting obsessed, even if it's just by looking. And it's the little, insignificant things that I noticed. The way she plays with her hair, or how she smooths down her dress.
Hiya! Come on now!
Whiskey's annoying voice in the other room helps pull me back to the ground. Kick him off. Oh, I was thinking he was on a ladder for some reason. I was like, kick him off the ladder. I clicked off! Fuck. Hold on. Trying to see how stable it is. The stream is the best way to check. Okay. Oh, the huggies. All of huggies. 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 There's huggy spam. Okay. I'm just looking, aren't I? I know that someone like her wouldn't even look as someone like me. Still, there's some time to turn around this bad decision.
I'd really like to thank you for inviting me to breakfast, Mrs. Wright. But I already ate, so I should really go back to work.
Nonsense! You arrived so early. You must not have gotten a proper meal. Sit. Sit! I'd situate us in the dining hall, but it is a mess right now.
Her concern is sweet, as is her smile. But I'm really not here for idle chit-chat, something I keep forgetting. We're both distracted when the food arrives, and it's enough for me to stay, at least until the meal is over. What is it? No more, no less, just to be polite. Thankfully, the conversation steers into a topic I'm comfortable with, work. This goes on for a bit, and I can't be more relieved. Most people don't understand, calling me a workaholic, but I choose to work in a field I'm enthusiastic about. So what if my career is also my hobby? Hey, that's the dream.
But no, really, how have you liked it so far?
Oh, it has been wonderful, believe me. Everything is going smoothly, too?
So this is the same scene as we've seen before with Hannah basically has a rant about Luke, but it's written differently because of their maxed relationship. Got you. Is this still
It has been a long time since I've worked on something on this grand a scale. Nowadays, everyone is about condos and flats, living in the city where every room is an identical box.
Okay.
Believe me, this is very refreshing.
We lived in a condo before this, Marianne.
I'm Lotta Hart, and welcome to Jackass.
I used to watch a lot of your streams when I was fresh out of college and was struggling to find a job due to COVID. A year later I'm finally doing well, so I just wanted to say thanks.
That's not gonna make me cry. I don't know what you're talking about. Beelzebub! Thank you for the 1,000 biddies. Holy heck. And I'm glad we could have helped in some way. Just helping at least distract or, you know, keep your spirits up in some way. All the hugs to you. And I'm glad you're doing well. I'm so, so glad. All the hugs. All of the hugs. All the love and hype. Oh, I'm so glad you're doing well, Beelzebub. That makes me so happy. I'm glad to hear from you again. Oh, I'm glad you're doing well. That's the best thing I could have found out. Oh, so happy. Not emotional. I don't know what you're talking about. It's fine. Oh.
I didn't mean any insult.
It's fine, sweetie. Look at you, all frazzled. I was just pulling your leg. Luke wanted that penthouse when we got married, and you can thank him for purchasing this place as well.
Wait, doesn't she own the house? I'm pretty sure. I have no business with it, though. It's theirs to hash out. But apparently the momentary confusion has been visible on my face.
Don't be fooled. I'm just the treasury.
Oh, thank you so much for gifting the sub to Beelzebub. You sweet bean, Beelzebub. You have access to all the emotes. Exclamation point Discord if you need help getting in. Just good badge next to your name. Welcome to the winners. Everyone's a winner. Oh, you sweet, sweet. Oh my god. Cinnamon roll. You precious cinnamon roll, you. I have to hold up. I have to do this. You guys get no music. I'm sorry. Eerie silence. Because Streamlabs has no way of doing this. Okay. All widgets. Alright. Daily sub goal. Excuse me. There we go. It should be fixed. Thank you so much, Holly. Sweet, sweet cinnamon roll, you. Choo choo. Oh my god, it's a hype train. Well, hype train get.
I wouldn't be able to make a purchase this grand without his seal of approval.
I see.
That's it. That's all you have to say.
Yes, what else is there to it? Without warning, this nice friendly chat devolved into something horrible. Something sad.
But I really don't know what to say, Mrs. Wright. We were talking of no topic in particular, and...
Luke. We were talking about Luke.
About him not eating breakfast with you?
About him treating me as if I were some treasury.
She getting big mad, which, like, fair. Not what I meant. Where's save? Save! Save. Despite my general dislike of the upper class, I sometimes feel pity for them. They may have all the money in the world when material things aren't a problem, but they don't even see what they've become, where they've ended up, or what they've done most of the time. They're shut in by their own trap, forced to play along with society's expectations and do anything to stay where they are and to keep what they have. A world where even people feel and are treated like they are mere possessions. When someone is at the top, the only way for them to go is down. I've worked with many Hannahs and Lukes and Whiskeys, but I've never been one of them. I don't pretend to understand their world any deeper than that. I merely know what I've witnessed before. She looks lost, speechless at how she betrayed herself. My pity for the likes of her returns. Nothing but pity moves me as I speak before she can say anything else that might ruin or break her.
I won't speak a word, Mrs. Wright. Not only am I contractually obliged to, it would also go against my principles. This is no one else's business but your own, and it should be kept between the two of you. And whoever you wish to seek counsel from.
Please, Marianne. You have to understand. These sort of affairs, if anyone were to know this, they could just twist it and we'll be ruined. All I ask for is your silence on the matter.
The way she practically begs me to keep quiet about it is disheartening. I have no plans of speaking about anything I hear, especially if it is about their private affairs. But the way she looks at me, the way she just expects some sort of fallout because of this, makes my heart clench.
Well, I'm keeping that information confidential as well.
It's not like I have any other choice, do I?
Thank you.
When the last of the food and drink is gone, the door opens as if on cue.
Madam, the photographer from Luxury Living is here.
This was a wonderful meal, Marianne. You're free to return to your duties. I must excuse myself.
It was my pleasure. And thank you for the food as well.
She stands up and leaves, and all I want to do is to reassure her again, to prove that I am someone she can trust. So when she looks back my way, I didn't fight the smile that found its way on my face. I feel giddy, but the feeling dies down afterwards as I sober up. Oh well, back to work. Okay, what was... Soon enough, I find myself drawn to the kitchen where the Wright butler has returned to. He's already claimed the space, and telling movers to back off, and none dares to question at his proclamation either.
My kitchen. No kinder allowed. Little men running around with knives especially.
My fucking heart? Sooth! Thank you for the 1100 biddies. The 1107. I wondered if this was still here. Of course it is, because it is such a massive jump scare. Thank you for the 1107. I appreciate it. Thank you, Sue. All the hugs, all of them. Even though you scared the shit out of me. How dare you?
We do not want any accidents to happen now, do we? Good? Good.
I mean, it is a knife-wielding German standing there. I don't think anybody would be insane enough to refuse his
I
request.
hope I meet the age restriction, or at least the height restriction, because I'm asking to be let in here.
You are allowed inside, McCollough, but not the little ones.
A shake of my head and roll of my eyes is all I give him. It's not like I'm going to have any trouble, to be of any trouble to him. I just need to look around, get my bearings. The breakfast has been a distraction enough. I don't even want to think about what we just talked about. I just need to get my head straight. And, ma'am, there's nothing straight about you. There's nothing straight about her. Hi, Kilroy. Was ist das? This is the letter. This is The Letter, which is a horror visual novel game. I just need to get my head straight and get back to work. The movers work efficiently. Is this okay? The movers work efficiently even when they're left alone, and they do quick work of their responsibilities. Okay, it's all old. Kat, I think you need to drink some water. You seem thirsty. No, I'm just stating the obvious. No, I don't want to date McCollough. No, personally. I like her. She's hot, but like she got a lot of baggage to work with. I'm good. Honestly though, I think the only people I would date in this game are Bella, Zach, absolutely, and maybe even Ash. But Ash would need to work on himself. It needs to be the positive side of Ash. And those are the only people I would date. Lighten the mood. No, I'm just saying there's nothing straight about her. What's she gonna straighten out? She's fucking gay as hell. Ash when you heard his inner thoughts. Yes, I like Ash in his inner thoughts. Absolutely. That's the thing. So, like, I don't know if I would have liked Ash outwardly. But, do I have to do this? Yeah, but Bella mostly only. Wait, what? Or I only saw Ash from her perspective. Lighten the mood? Okay. Which I think is opposite of what I did.
You're not gonna go out there and join Mrs. Wright?
He did not like that. I think... Oh no, I did lighten the mood! Fuck Luke. I think I was trying to get on Luke's bad side. I mean dating? Yeah. I love Zach. But like fair if you're just not interested in men. But Zach is wonderful. Zach is probably... Honestly, if I had to choose one person from this game, it'd be absolutely hands down Zach. Absolutely Zach. So, am I gonna stay? Should I stay or should I go? Speed run. Yeah, we've already done all this, so okay. Want to stay? We gonna save. This is the death choice. Okay. No, I'm trying to look at this. Thank you. To keep her mind off of things that haunt her, Marianne McCollough focused on assisting the Wrights during their move-in. Later that afternoon, she was seen chatting with Luke Wright, who then demanded she and the rest of her crew take an early leave. The interior designer once again drank her frustrations away at the crawl bar. Albeit heavily intoxicated, she was seen chatting with Ashton Frey, a detective inspector working for the LPD, about Luke Wright before abruptly leaving, and detective left her his calling card. Also, gore warning coming up, just FYI. Okay, chat, gore warning. Yeah, my taste in men is more of how Ash looks. Yeah, well, actually, I like both Zach and Ash, absolutely, based off looks. Yeah, I like them both. They're both my types. The dark hair on Ash, the long hair on Zach. I just, both. Actually, isn't Zach supposed to be really tall too? Zach towering over me, because apparently I have a thing for tall people. No, I don't. I don't actually. It's just happened. So, Kat, Zach is 1, Bella is 2, Ash would be 3, or do you consider Hannah as part of the list? I would not consider Hannah as someone I would personally date. I like Hannah. I like her with people. I don't personally, I'm not attracted to her. Bella and Ash I would have tied for me. Personally, I think. The only problem with Bella is that I very much see myself in her and have a hard time being attracted to her because I see me and I'm not like attracted to that. but I would be absolutely best friends with her. Does that make sense? Like, I don't know if I could be... I would probably give it a shot, but it'd just be really weird because Bella really thinks or reacts or does things exactly how I would. Like, she just feels like me. Like, so it's hard for me to be attracted to her because of that. Just based off looks of all the women, though, if we just went purely based off looks and not personality, Marianne. Marianne, absolutely. She's a dom that can step on me. Sweating. All right. Anyway, I'm going to stay. I really do want to stay with her. I'm getting tired of pretending, of lying to myself. And the fact that I'm admitting this to myself now of all times only brings to light how Lorraine was right about me all along. Based on looks, Rebecca, that's fair. But once getting to know people, yeah, no, not Marianne. Marianne's got a lot to fucking work through. And also kind of an alcoholic. I'm good. I don't want someone who has problems with drinking, personally. I'm good. I should have listened to her.
But, Lorraine, you're dead.
Also a
How
child.
can we even stay together?
Also a child. Anyway.
I know. And it's your fault, isn't it? You tore us apart.
Unless they're aging her up here and they're supposed to be similar age, but she's still, like, in the uniform. I don't know.
But now, you can put us back together again.
I really hate her personality. I don't care for Rebecca's personality. I don't absolutely hate it. I do like how protective over her friends she is. But she doesn't like it when people don't listen to her, and she really does. She's way too weirdly overprotective of Ash in a creepy way, is my problem with Rebecca, but... And now that I have the choice to fix what I had done to us, then who am I to do otherwise?
I'm so sorry. I must look like a right mess.
I'm here, Em. I'm here now, don't you worry. Come here.
It takes everything I have not to tear up at the sight of her. She reaches out and slips her finger through mine before pulling me away from the tunnel and towards the mirror. Our reflection, a grown woman and a teenager barely past her prime. Yeah, lends a bizarre light to this whole scene.
I can't imagine how you've been so alone.
This is probably more
all
grief,
these
though, than it
years.
is love at this point.
I left you, Lorraine. I didn't mean to, but that's what I did.
This is a lot of grief and regret.
I don't even know if you can ever forgive me.
Don't cry. Doesn't suit your pretty face.
Hate that.
Besides, I don't have to be alone anymore, do I? You're here for me, aren't you? You'll never leave me again, will you?
My mouth goes dry as she looks at me. That isn't the plan. This isn't closure. Yet her hand in mine makes me believe that this is real. She's real, and that's all that matters, nothing else.
Yes, of course. I wouldn't dare leave you.
You swear you won't leave me?
I swear to God, I won't, Lorraine.
This fucking sassy ass face, though. Talking to my brother, no problem. No problem. If you play the game differently, you can get rid of the overprotective jealousy towards Ash. Right, probably. I don't know what but it's still, like, inherently there before you, like, play her. Guilt, grief, regret, yeah. Though her smile remains, I can only describe her expression as sad. She walks around until she stands just behind me and wraps her arms around my waist. I nearly crumble with how I am in her arms once more. And when she puts her chin in the crook of my neck, I feel her hot breath on my neck, and I'm filled with both joy and grief. The scent of chocolate, almonds, honey, and beer surrounds me. My first taste of love. The love that I denied. It had been so bittersweet.
God's not the only one you're making promises to, Marianne. Swear it to me. Or, even better, prove it to me.
I'll stay forever with you, Lorraine. I swear it to you. How do I even prove it to you?
Simple.
She presses something in my hand. A large glass shard from a wine bottle, cold and sharp.
You join me.
Suicide warning, I'm guessing. So most amazing thing at Walmart, took a pic of it. Yo. For what? Yeah, I'm gonna guess warning. Suicide warning. Absolutely. And it will show it, probably. Is she suggesting that I...
Die for me.
Lorraine! That's... How can I?
How can I even do such a
There's
thing?
no need to be scared. I'll be here for you until the end, Marianne. Even if you hadn't done the same for me. But that's the only way I can forgive you. The only way we can be together again.
Oh, no. Yep, yeah. Together at last is the achievement I got. She guides my hand, raising the glass shard. My own hands are weak, as is my will, and I can only bare my neck to do with as she wishes. There is no reason, no self-preservation, as I mindlessly welcome my own death, as if it will lead me to my salvation. I feel nothing at first, other than glass touching my skin like a caress, until a stinging sensation blooms around my neck. The pain sears and burns like nothing I've felt before, and every breath intensifies the feeling. Even if I wanted to cry out and scream, I can only cough as slick metallic taste coats my tongue. The most I can do beyond that is rasp out, calling for her name.
Lorraine.
Cold and weak, I grow worse by the second. I cough with each ragged breath, expelling the blood that I'm inhaling through my slit throat.
Shush now.
Ah!
It'll be over soon. Really soon.
There's a moment of doubt as I remember that the devil was once the most beautiful angel in heaven, that I shouldn't be deceived by such beauty. But in my final moments, all that is soon forgotten. My mouth twitches. I can't muster even the smallest of smiles anymore. But I'll be with Lorraine. Oh, memory unlocked. You've unlocked a memory fragment. She's so mad. Alright. Desperate to deal with her painful past, Marianne McCollough excuses herself from attending the housewarming party to search for Amy Lorraine within the mansion. Seeing her again, however, made her decide to join her dead friend instead. Marianne's dead. Rebecca! Yeah, it is gross. Oh god, her eyes and creepy. Well, it's a ghost tricking her to kill herself is what it is. Okay, one more person to kill. Not Rebecca, though. Rebecca lives, right? We're gonna do the opposite. Not the worst I've read. Yeah, that wasn't too bad, luckily. I mean, it was visually bad. Reading it wasn't. I've read worse, but... Should have said that, too. Also, suicide warning. No, it's fine. I mean, at least it was obvious. Don't know if you're... I mean, I'm in her Discord server. I'm a mod there. But, yeah, for anyone else, that is. At least the game sort of gives a warning before it happens with the dialogue. Yeah, at least it's like, this is gonna happen. Just so you know. Rebecca survives this time. Okay. Why does it still say new? Oh, we're Becca, that's why. Yeah. Okay. The Slender Man day. Career day, whatever the fuck. Again, choices don't matter except the last one, and I know you know which that is. It's the door.
She's busy.
What? Why is this new? Why is everyone staring at Becca? Wait, I don't even remember Becca being surrounded by them. Wait, what is happening? Rebecca Gales received a phone call from Rose Cooper after class asking her to pick up Isabella Santos from the Emigrant mansion. Oh, that's what I'm doing. On the way out of school, an excited Kylie Suarez stops her favorite teacher from leaving. Because we messed up Hannah and Luke's relationship? Oh, right. Get fucked, except it results in death, so. I can't celebrate appropriately. Take care, Sooth. Have a lovely evening. Take care of yourself. Why did the heart not... Thank you for all them biddies, and I appreciate you. Have a wonderful night rest. Have a safe weekend if we don't see you tomorrow, but if we do, I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good night. I played a game where it happens in the prologue without a warning, and it was more graphic about it in the text. Oh. Surprise, I guess. You heard her, love. She's busy.
Such a shame.
Why are they like muffled?
You never let me do anything fun.
But as I try to make sense of it, a heavy feeling descends over my whole body. It happens without warning, forcing me to close my eyes. The sensation creeps over every part of me, crawling under my skin and draining me a little by little of any strength. Okay.
You can head back to the
fainted,
car
didn't
first if you want, Luke. I hope that settles everything, Rose. I don't know what Isabella's problem is, but please make sure she doesn't hurt herself. Anyway, we're looking forward to seeing you tomorrow.
Likewise, ma'am.
Okay. No shadows or dark clouds. Okay. Yeah, not a good surprise. I rather know stuff like that. Yeah, same. I'd rather be prepared like, oh, this is the kind of thing I'm getting into. That would be nice. All right. Let's go. Zoomies. I don't know what I said last time, actually. Because we could do opposites just to see what, like, changes. While waiting at the mansion, Rebecca overheard a brief conversation between the Wright couple, their interior designer, and estate agent, Rose Cooper. It was discovered afterwards that Isabella had already left a few hours ago. Cold? Okay.
And during the open house, even if there were a lot of people around, there were weird things happening.
Okay, I did say that last time. I would like to keep, like, good relationships, though. I don't want to, like, piss anyone off with people that are staying alive, I guess. So. All right. Whee! Let's go. Going in hyperdrive chat. Does it matter? I would say sorry for the trouble. I don't know what I said before, though. If it matters. After watching Blue Fonce, Isabella tried making small talk with Rebecca, but the latter was in a prickly mood and was not interested. On the way home, Rebecca glimpsed something suspicious sitting in the backseat of the car. I don't know what I just... Okay, I don't... Oops. Sorry. I recognize the concern for what it is. Okay, I did say the last time too. I made good decisions with Rebecca until I killed her. I guess. Alright. Oh, look, it's a bitch. Oh, look, it's still a bitch. I still want... Can we still hit him where it hurts? Can we still fucking hit him where it hurts? Worried about her friend's behavior, Rebecca informed Ashton about Isabella's disappearance. It turned out that she spent the night at Zachary's, and Ashton offered to pick her up. Rebecca went to school after and had a strange encounter in the hall. What? Did I notice that before? In the hall. What? In the hallway with one of the student lockers. I don't think I noticed that before. Hit him where it hurts.
Sister, you have until the count of 5 to let me go and step out of my personal space.
I'm sorry, I have to experience this again. Yeah, I did notice that before. Okay. A fair warning. Fairer than any I can offer people of his kind, and I'm already being considerate. Hell, this arsehole isn't even deserve a warning. If he doesn't listen, well, he's as much responsible for what happens next as anyone.
Or else what? Such vulgar words coming out of that pretty mouth. A gorgeous flower like you shouldn't even be saying.
Don't say I didn't warn you, Bowbag.
Love that intensity, Daisy. FYI, I like feisty in a woman.
We know.
It gives them this certain charm. Why don't
He sees
you...
it as a challenge.
5.
A second of silence. Then, without any preamble, my leg moves in one fluid motion and delivers a swift, powerful, well-placed kick to the nether regions. Give me that pain! Alright, that's all I needed. Also less. I just needed to hear him in pain. That's all I needed. In the hall, what? I don't want to apologize to Luke. I'd rather apologize to Kylie. I think that's what I did last time, too. Get fucked! Kylie, then? Okay. Yeah, it is what I did. I just don't want to be nice to Luke, and Luke is too heavy in Rebecca's area. I don't like it. I don't like it. Oh, it's satisfying to hear that pain from him again. Yeah, it is. Is this why you didn't go home last night? Or I could be mean. I don't want to be. I'm gonna make the same decisions. Rebecca can go so mean. While lining up to buy dinner, Rebecca saw Kylie Suarez with a suspicious man. Assuming it was a kidnapping, Rebecca elected to take the matters in her own hands, only to find out the man was her girl's godfather, Luke Wright, and embarrassed to Rebecca apologized afterward. Top one. Yeah. Skipping. This is why I have a hard time doing like opposites. If it means I have to be mean, I'm like, this is why I never do Renegade. I have to do horrible decisions and I don't like it. He's childish enough for that, even if what I'm about to say are just mere honest observations. You're good at handling her. You really think that? I'd say you really think that. I don't know what I said last time. I don't mind doing the opposite of what I said last time, but I don't remember it. They both sound like valid answers. Rebecca found Isabella going through several papers outside their apartment. When the former asked why she didn't come home again the other night, the latter confessed that she saw a ghost once again. Before leaving, Isabella reassured her that she'd find a way out of this mess. Hi, Rin. Hello, hello. I'm not going to be mean just to see what happens. Bottom one? Okay. Got that new computer and it's all set up. Figured I'd drop in for a minute. I hope it's exactly what you want it to be and need it to be, and that it's beautiful. I love new technology, like I said.
You really think that?
I guess I did say that. Except to Luke, of course. Of course. Absolutely, of course. Biggest plus so far, it actually works. That is a good plus. I mean, that's what it's supposed to do. It's not doing its job if it's not working. Apparently, I paused on that screen of creepy Kylie for a long time because I got like rated and stuff and went on a rant. Poor everyone that had to be there for that. I'm sorry. I have other things to do, but okay, only because Kylie asked. Luke was seen attending career day at St. Goretti High School. This is Slender Man. For his goddaughter, where he met Rebecca again minutes later. Sobbing Kylie interrupted their conversation to report her friend crying in the girls' room. I think that's actually what we're about to see. Or was it previously? Oh, no, it already happened. Luke hates us. Bottom one. Love it. Oh. But also I don't want to be mean to Kylie. Yeah, I must have done that last time. Did realize I forgot to get an HDMI splitter. I won't be here till Sunday, so in the meantime, I'm stuck with one monitor instead of two. That's the same with River, because River has like an old school monitor that's DVI. It's like, oop, well, one monitor for now. I don't need to answer that. What right do you have? Both sound legit, actually. But I don't know. Top one. However, those are for me to ponder on. Okay, I said that last time too. Thank you, Hall. I appreciate the quick responses. I'm so sorry. You shouldn't be doing those things, or I might have seen her. I might have seen the ghosty goo. After a strange encounter at the little girl's room, Rebecca tried to remain composed throughout her day. As her classes ended, she received a phone call from Marianne McCollough, who asked unusual things about the Ermagerd mansion. Bottom one. I might have seen her. Which I know I said last time, because I was like, be honest! The biggest issue in horror games and movies is that the people, I almost said players, but I mean same thing, aren't honest. Drives me mad. This eerie silence as we fast forward though. Drama! Isabella likes us more. I don't know where that came in. Why does Luke like us more? Why does Ashton like us? Oh, because we admitted to seeing a ghost. That's why Isabella likes us more. Why does Luke like us more? I don't know where that came from. Oops, I didn't mean to click. Luke and Kylie invited Rebecca for dinner as she was about to leave. Despite receiving a message from Ashton, Rebecca agreed, and the three spent the evening in a nearby coffee house. Upon returning to her flat, she found a note from Ashton left her. Isabella and Ashton arrived at Salemwell, having an argument about missing BRC employees investigation. Annoyed by the noise, Rebecca interfered, and in the end, Ashton asked to keep an open mind. Okay. Oops. The commotion doesn't go further, despite the drunk woman appearing like she's had plenty more venom to spill. In a little while, security shows up, escorting her out. Apparently, she's the chief inspector's wife, too? As if this whole thing can't get any more fucked up than it already is. What a mess. And the damage has been done, and beyond the repercussions this will bring, I'm more worried about Hannah. Maybe Luke too, in part. I've seen the man that hides behind his self-importance, and it is someone who cares for the person who stands beside him. You might have different things to say about him once you find out he murdered his wife and his unborn child. That she wanted to keep. Like, it's different if she wanted to have an abortion because he's a terrible person. And, I mean, that's a valid choice in this situation. But she wanted to keep it, so he murdered both of them. He doesn't give a fuck about her. Anyway. New bed is going to arrive next week. Yo! Alright, it's time for Hannah chewing Luke out. Round 2. Let's go. 2 most important things a person needs to have in a horror game movie. Honesty and common sense. Exactly. Hug Cat. Thank you for the hug. I just don't give a fuck about Luke. No matter how questionable that is now. Though sometimes more affections aren't enough. Mere affections aren't enough.
And I've had enough of you. So guess what? Fuck you, Luke.
Where did the text go? Where did the text go? I need my satisfaction! Fuck you, Luke. Say it. Oh, there it is. Say it again for the people in the back. Wait. Say it again for the people in the back.
Fuck you, Luke.
Yeah, that's what I needed. All right.
We agreed to never talk of this woman!
Did we? I don't remember.
I don't know how long this has been going on. I don't know either of them well to judge myself. I'm simply an outsider who happens to have some kind of connection with both of them.
Face it, Lucille Mitchell Wright. You owe me everything.
I owe you everything. I owe you...
Yeah.
I owe you everything? Who's running the business now while you sit at home like a pretty princess?
If I recall, you told me to retire so that I can enjoy my time as Mrs. Luke Wright.
I wouldn't even bother with other women if you were still Hannah Evans. You used to be your own woman. You used to be someone who I could fucking look up to. Now look at you. If I wanted some brainless bint, I'd go to the whorehouse and play any old strumpet like a fucking fiddle.
He makes my blood boil. Divorce! This is exactly where I'd be like, it's over, I'm out. I would have left. I would never have given someone this time of day to have a second chance. No way. No way in hell if someone talked to me like that. No way in fucking hell.
That's all you are now. A brainless, good-for-nothing.
But the second Hannah raises her hand, I know it's far too late to save an already crumbling relationship. Long before her palm connects with his cheek. I wish that was in action. The sound of it echoes throughout the whole ballroom, loud enough to silence everyone. The quiet does not persist, however, and in an instant, Luke orders every guest out.
That's it! This party is over! Everybody leave before I have you all thrown out!
I love his voice breaking. There's shuffling, a minute of reluctance from every head in the room. But in the end, his anger forces everyone to comply. Chatter explodes throughout the whole foyer once the door has been promptly shut. Worried murmurs, clicking of tongues, and inappropriate gossip filters through the thick tension in the room. I couldn't care less about any of it. Oops. Oh, weird. Okay, yeah, I thought this would be new. I was trying to undo the auto I did. I don't know. Besides, it's pretty obvious what the topic is. Most of them haven't even left the premises, and they're already talking about it. We didn't get the screenshot doing this to Luke. Bitch! Divorce! Fuck you, Luke. Thank you all for echoing it for the people in the back. We need that. Tomorrow, it'll be on the news for sure. Yeah, that he murdered his wife in every local broadcast sheet and tabloid in Luxbourne. Who would be more implicated, honestly, after this went down and she's now missing? Who would you expect to be the most implicated? Stupidest decision was to murder her. Anyway, voice actor, good character. Voice actor, good. Character is an enormous sack of asses. Yeah, but the voice actor, like, nails it. Like, as much as I hate Luke, I think he might be my favorite voice actor in this, though all of them are really, really well done. Like, all of them are good. It's just Luke gets the most extremes, so we get to experience the most range from that voice actor, and I adore this voice actor. Happy Friday the 13th, Oni. How you doing? How are you doing? I hope you're doing well. Simply thinking about it already gives me a headache. When the shock has faded, I just feel bone tired. I've accomplished nothing of what I came here for, and Ashton's nowhere to be found. I'm not sure what pisses me off more. That he ignored me the whole evening and might have just left without saying anything, or knowing he obviously has some other motive for being here. Can't he at least trust his own friends for that?
You didn't have to hide it from me.
The only relief to be had in this, perhaps, is Zachary's comforting smile when he approaches. I didn't mean to do that, but here we are.
Eventful night, huh?
You can say that again. It was awful.
Voice actor is really nailing it, yeah. Luke has a lot of influence with the local police. Oh, that's a good point, yeah. Plus he has Johans. What, is he gonna throw Johans under the wheel, or are you saying Johans does the dirty work for him? Which... Feelings. Unadulterated feelings. He pauses for a moment, stares at me intently. When he laughs, a tired one, but filled with humor, in spite of what we witnessed.
Let me guess. Ashton.
Oh, what makes you think he's my problem?
Just a hunch. And, it's all in your face, actually.
Why does he have to? I don't understand that man anymore.
Like I always say, you should just...
Oh, you can bet your ass we're going to have a very long talk. I'm not letting him off easy this time.
I'm sure he has a good reason. You won't say it, but he likes being around us. Heck, we're probably the only people he likes. He ain't gonna ruin that for something stupid. He can be dense, but he ain't dumb.
Yeah, there's so much going on in Ash's line that we don't get to see or witness until you are him, that it's like, oh, okay. That's fair. I guess that's fair. I just, you know, talk more to your friends, but like, fair. Work has been keeping me busy. That's totally fine. Weekends are all I have left, but good all around. I thought you finished the initial run. Glad I was right on that. Yes, I did. I did. We're doing the true ending right now because I didn't get the true ending. And fun fact, it's not having everyone live, which would make the most sense. And it's not having everyone live and having Luke die, which is my favorite thing on the planet. No, we gotta kill a few people, but which we've done. We killed Hannah. We killed Marianne. And we still have, I think Ash, right? Ash has to die, I think. I could be wrong, but I think Ash has to die. And there's something in my eye. And Luke. So we do get to kill Luke, which is, you know, the exciting part. Ash and Luke, I thought so. Okay. Ash has to die, yes, yeah. I'm gonna eat some goldfish when they're talking. But that's exactly what I've been telling people, isn't it?
We'll see about that. Let's just go. Are you done here?
Yeah, no use staying when...
Uh-oh. Just then, the door to the ballroom slams open and a very irate Luke marches out to the foyer. By now, most of the guests have trickled out of the mansion, leaving only a few loitering around the room. With his fury still at peaking boiling point, it's only natural he'll zero in on the tallest person within the Temper's blast radius. Be prepared for racism is my guess. Although he's not really making an effort to not let the remaining people in the hall hear his tirade.
Well, well, still here, I see. Having a grand time, aren't we?
No way, Ash, I like him. Yeah, I do too. But Luke, because we want to. No, I mean, yes, but we also have to kill him for the true ending. Unfortunately, Ash has to die for the true ending to trigger you.
Every bloody goss in this fucking city has something to talk about tomorrow. Great news day, isn't it?
What's this word mean?
I wonder what the headlines will be. Cheating husband lashes out at poor wife.
I mean, is it incorrect?
I ain't a part of the media, sir. Miss Wright only hired me for the photos, nothing more.
Oh, the photos, of fucking course, how could I forget? Darling wifey needs a bloody souvenir, doesn't she? Something to remind her of how she humiliated her asshole of a husband.
She didn't need help humiliating the already humiliating a ball? That's what I was gonna say. She didn't need help humiliating you, bro. Is like basically what I wanted to say, and I ruined every second of that. Don't worry about it.
I'm sure it ain't like that, sir. Hannah's... No one expected...
Hand it over.
And he knows she's pregnant. He's the only one that knows, actually.
I'm sorry, what?
Are you also deaf? Do I always have to spell everything out to you peasants? Hand the blasted thing over! All of you! If I see one picture, even a single shot of a fucking spoon tomorrow, you will all lose more than your jobs.
I don't think he...
Now give me the bloody camera!
That's literally his life savings.
I can't do that, sir. I do freelance work, and this is my...
Do I look like I give a shite? Give it to me, or...
The voice break. Rebecca, defend Zach! Interesting, you have to kill half the cast for the true ending. I know! I'm upset about it. We talked about it earlier. I'm upset you have to kill the 2 queer individuals, the 2 bisexuals. Sounds like the conditions for the true ending are interesting for sure, hearing this, yeah. A fucking spoon!
I wonder what Kylie will say if she sees Tio Luke right now.
Justice for Zach is the achievement I got! Hell yeah! For a short second, he looked surprised to find me there. To be honest, I didn't realize I've spoken either until he turns a livid glare on me. A lesser person would probably cower under it. I will too, perhaps, in another situation where he isn't throwing insults at my friend. That one, I simply can't let go of.
Oh, Daisy, oh, Daisy. Do you always have to butt in on other people's discussions?
Yeah.
I wouldn't have to if there was actually one happening right now. It's pretty one-sided, eh? A bit offensive, too, if you ask me.
Yeah, Rebecca! Yes, all the women in Luke's life telling him off right now is giving me life.
Woman, why don't you just bugger off? No one cares what your opinion is,
I do.
Especially in my home.
I don't give a fuck about you.
You don't have to worry about that, Mr. Luke Wright. I don't have any plans of staying longer. I'm only here to fetch my friend. I wasn't expecting to see an asshole standing beside him, though.
Rebecca, you really don't have to.
Yeah, she does.
Oh, no, you shut your trap. Let her say what she wants. I'd love to hear it.
As would I.
That feisty attitude is going to take you places, Daisy. Fair warning, though, woman, and I've said this plenty of times.
There's a pause as he steps closer, staring me down with almost little to no effort. Keep in mind, Luke, you can only kill so many people, and they can only cover so much. I do my best to hold it, but I won't deny flinching at the tone he takes, once he lets loose the next words coming from his mouth.
Threats do not work on me.
No. Stop calling her woman! I know! You fuck! Then and there, I believe him. That this man is capable of doing so much more than what any intimidating remark I can lob at him.
So if you don't have anything worth my while to say, it'd be in your best interests if you remove you and your precious friend from my property.
I'm gonna call myself out right now. Not Luke. Luke, absolutely not Luke. But the voice actor can talk to me like that any day. Not those words. In that low register, in that tone. You can talk to me in that tone any day. You can bop. That's fine. I appreciate that. I need to be bopped. That voice actor is fucking awesome. Yeah. But also, he was really hot in that tone. I'm just like, oh, is it hot in here? Okay, anyway. Somehow I knew you were gonna say that too. That's fair. Anyway. Can we just listen to that voice again?
So if you don't have anything worth my while to say, it'd be in your best interests if you remove you and your precious friend from my property.
Voice actor can talk to me any day. Cat! What?
Now, before I get the security to drag you out.
Because I know the voice actor is probably nothing like Luke. I'm okay with it. Luke, on the other hand, can go get fucked. And, like, right now, he's just not scaring me. I just want to kick him in the shin. At least. That is top energy! Let's go! That's what I'm saying! It's probably why it does dope to me. It's fun. Done with work for the week. I just learned today that there will be a lot of head-killing learning happening next week. Oh no! So I logged off early today and I'm relaxing over the weekend. Relax, Kilroy. Take care of yourself. Relax the best you can. Luke, I'm a... Wait, what? Fucking vampire. I deserve to be called as such. Wait, what? I'm cackling. Holy shit. Twitter. This is him just in case anyone's interested. I'm not saving that for later. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, anyway. Cat bonk is an awesome new emote. I'm glad you like it. It's my VTuber getting bonked. I'm so red right now. Look at my face. It's so red. Anyway. Another person takes that decision out of my hands.
Come on, Becca. He ain't worth your time.
But she saved her camera. Without wasting time, Zachary pulls me away from him. By the time I've regained my senses, he's already tugging me by the waist towards the wide open doors. The stubborn part of me, however, the part who has seen the kind of person he is when he's with Kylie, refuses to withdraw without flinging in a last retort.
And here I thought you were a halfway decent guy. Whatever happened to the person his goddaughter looks up to?
He was never there, Daisy.
Damn. Luke is such a fuck.
That man died a long time ago. You're better off not looking for him.
That was actually more just sad. That wasn't top energy anymore. The sexy's gone. Now it's just sad. Reference to Alucard from Helsing Abridged. Oh. Which Luke's voice actor also voices? That's kind of hilarious. Wait. Voices Alucard or the abridged version? Think this definitely goes to show I haven't been on Twitch, let alone in a while. You're fine. Hey, I understand being busy. Totally get that. At least he's honest. I mean... I won't. Wait, what did he say again? You're better off not looking for him. I won't. I have no intention to, but I can't resist the urge to glance back before I leave. If only to have one last look at the man he really is. Perhaps I should be thankful this brief acquaintance isn't going anywhere. But the instant I turn my gaze on him, I see it. Doesn't this happen no matter what? I think we've seen this screen cap before. Looming, hovering over his shoulders, drawn to him like a moth to a flame. Like the first time I stepped inside this place in search of Isabella. He was there too, wasn't he? That man, along with his wife and another person, Miss McCollough? And that shadow. No. A woman now. Her. No longer a dark blur. Terror rushes through my every vein in my body. A crippling sensation gripping every part of me, while she stares at me with a glare filled with nothing but hate and venom. It's like staring at the eyes of a woman I've unknowingly robbed of something precious. She's Smeagol? I try to say something. A warning. But Zachary's already leading me out of the foyer, oblivious. Before I can gather my wits and voice it out, someone shuts the door behind us, as if to keep outsiders away from the secrets this mansion possesses. This does happen regardless. I thought so, because he doesn't have the look of someone of what just happened. I think it fit the previous situation more when they had like a casual conversation and not an angry one. The abridged version only. Okay, that's kind of hilarious. I find that hilarious when a voice actor does abridged voicing. It is sad. He realizes he's a terrible excuse of a man, and yet he doesn't care. Yeah. Again, great voice acting.
What does this button do?
Wolf! Thank you for the $6.66. God damn it. What's with all the scares today? I mean, the letter, and it's Friday the 13th. Thank you so much, Wolf. You sweet cinnamon roll, you. Hi, baby. I'm normally Mr. Everybody Gets Therapy, but honestly, the more I see of this game, the less sure I am that Luke could be helped in any normal therapy. No, I'd agree with that. He's literally a murderer. He just needs to be locked up. When I asked if you wanted to be named after a sim in my game, yes. It seems to jump scare Cat. It does. Wolf missed me getting thirsty over Luke's voice actor, though. I needed bopping. Anyway. To twin girls, and one of them is named after you. Aw, twin girls, yo. Ah, I know. Just don't listen to the words. Don't listen to the words. Don't listen to the words. Just listen to the tone.
So if you don't have anything worth my while to say, it'd be in your best interests if you remove you and your precious friend from my property.
That is such a top energy, lustful voice that I can't. It's not Luke. The things he's saying and Luke himself, it's supposed to be terrifying, which I don't find him terrifying. I want to kick him in the face. But the voice actor can talk to me like that any day. Bonk takes notes. Jesus Christ, why?
Is this a bonking for thirsty people?
Fair. That's fair. That's fair. Fender, thank you for the 1107. To jump scare me all day, every day. He can talk to me all day, every day like that. Kotana, hey. I left for 5 seconds and we're back to the low register voice. You're welcome, Theron. Just in case you needed to hear it again. Just popping out to Lurk to say, Frame of Cyrus is now finished. Yay! Congrats, Eric. That's so exciting. How's it look? Splashed with water. The brush of fresh air against my cheeks does little to dampen the chill in my bones. Can I skip this? No, it's still new. Excuse me. Ay. I have been named the twin Kita, but she was born before you. Oh, that's fine. Both your boyfriends trying to scare the lust out of you. Well, okay, to be fair to Wolf, he didn't know that was happening. Fender, on the other hand, it's actually helping with ideas for how one of my villains I'm writing about would sound. Nice. By now, this sensation, the fear and disquiet it leaves whenever I see her, is familiar enough for me. Already, it has made a home in my nerves. I don't even notice my trembling hands until Zachary points it out to me.
Rebecca? You okay? You ain't looking too good. You're shaking.
Hastily, I retract my hands from his hold, crossing my arms across my chest instead, in some lame attempt to keep the smallest of movements down. I like this route, though, because it shows Rebecca what Luke's truly like, even though I know it results in Hannah's death, which is upsetting. but it keeps her from, like, thinking he's a good guy because he's fucking not. I just thought it would be a good sound effect for a mega bonk. Wind up the bat and bonk. Bonk. Yo. The cold from the tips of my fingers seep through the thick material of my shirt regardless. Neither of it helps bring together some semblance of coherent thought in my head.
Don't worry about it. I'm good. Zachary, did you see anything back there?
Oh, that what happened in the ballroom? Or...
No, not that. In the foyer, right behind... Never mind. You go ahead of me. Someone has to warn him. I'll just catch a cab on my own.
Warn him of what? Wait, Rebecca, did you forget something in there? I can...
You should go with her. I turn away and walk before you can stop me with a word of protest. It's not wise. Coming back, that is, especially after what happened. But Hannah's still an old friend, and Luke's neither a friend or an enemy. Just an acquaintance who doesn't deserve whatever misfortune the letter might bring. No, he absolutely deserves it. He deserves every moment. Fender! Hi. There's something in my teeth. Fender. Thank you for the 226. Also here, I'll fix that donation goal for the nice and be nice to people. What did you do? What did you do? What did you do? You're 1 cent off. Also $4.69. Nice. We're getting more of the rarest of things. Actually, interaction between Zach and Becca. Yeah. He deserves all the suffering. He absolutely does. He deserves everything he gets. He deserves every second of what's coming to him. Every single second. And I cannot wait for it. Fixed. Thank you, Fender. I can't just leave those two in there. Isabella's right. She's real, and there's something she wants from everyone who has read that.
What took you so long? Let's go. I'll get the both of you back to the city.
Ash, thank you for the distraction, so she won't do that. A fuming Luke Wright was seen storming out of the ballroom after his spat with his wife, thinking Zachary was part of the media. Luke demanded that he surrender his camera. Rebecca defended her friend, but before leaving the estate, she caught a glimpse of a shadow standing behind Luke. Now you all get to debate. Did I math wrong? Did I typo? Or did I think keeping the 69 was worth it? Or 4, just trolling. Yeah. All of the above. My mistake. The second his voice cuts through the crisp night air is that I've allowed my annoyance to get the better of me. Fuming, with my purpose forgotten, I whirl around and march towards him. One accusation after another piles up at the tip of my tongue, ready to be hurled at any moment. There's no hesitation holding me back from when I fling at him. That straight face he keeps as I do so doesn't help my temper my anger either. It only makes me want to slap some more sense into him.
Shouldn't we be the one asking you that?
Becca, I've been waiting here the whole time. I told you I hate parties like...
And before that, where have you been the entire evening?
Becca, I've been waiting here the whole time. I told you I hate parties like...
You didn't say this, sir. Sir, since that mess in the hall was not said. Right then and there, I might have forgotten him, if he's shown some ounce of remorse for leaving me like that. Maybe he could have looked away, given me a sign that my assumptions might be right. He doesn't even need to put them into words. A single gesture of confirmation is all I need. Rather, what I get is the same impassive look. He does that whenever he can't disclose anything. He does that when he's lying. In the face of it, amidst the thick tension, a frustrated huff is the only thing I can summon.
Be that way. Fine. Suit yourself. But don't you dare think this will be the end of this.
He can't get a new coat. It's chained to him. Wait, what? I missed the bit of dialogue. Great catch, Cat.
We'll talk about this tomorrow. And you better have a proper answer for me by then.
I was like, he didn't say anything about mess. What? I don't know. I thought we'd still have some words. No more words. After everything I've seen and heard tonight, I'm already too exhausted for those. So without speaking any further, I simply stomp over to his car, climb inside, slamming the door behind me with so much force my anger can show. They both follow after, and shortly we're on our way back to the city. Yet even with the city's bright lights welcoming us, the dense, somber air of the mansion still lingers. This is still new. Alright, I'm gonna save. Been a bit. Nope, amazingly, Rebecca ran out. What, of things to say? Coat makes him look like a dumb bird trying to lure chicks. I don't know what else you think the chain is doing. I figure it connects to his coat. What chain? I think I missed it. Chains connect to his wallet. Seen people have things like that. Zachary has asked to be dropped off first the moment we've entered downtown Luxborn. Though he never mentions anything and has only words for us of thanks for us. He probably doesn't want to get caught in another spat between Ashton and I. It's all too clear on his face, the poor man. I'll have to apologize for subjecting him to that some other time. I think he's also hoping we'd be able to fix this without him around. Oh, how wrong he is. Even after our respective heads have cooled off, the atmosphere within the car remains rife with unspoken tension. I think it's his coat. Finder's just joking. Or trolling. I went through the entire kitchen and now I have 4 boxes of donations. Hey, that's so exciting, Rin. Productive. Wallet or keys? I've actually worn chains like that. I've worn a chain that ties from my pants to my wallet. I've done that. Should be able to skip now. It's just because of the making reference to Zach who wasn't there before. Oh. Okay. Yeah. Let's go. Sunday. All right. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. It's coming. It's coming! That's not what I meant. Becca's death day. We are gonna head for the door. If there's one, it is out of this room, out of this place, as far as anyone can get from her. I can think about the rest of what I can do after I'm outside, when there are people that I can ask for help, when she's not chasing after me like this. There's no hesitation in my steps as I race for the restricted sections door, head downstairs and barrel straight through the library's exit. Towards safety, in a desperate bid for my life, library rules be damned. I can no longer hear her behind me, but I'm not taking any chances. My breath almost escapes me as I near the door. A little more. When out of nowhere, a library cart careens from a blind corner and slams into my sides. My back hits the floor with a hard thud, the impact completely knocking the breath out of me. A copper tang of blood gradually spreads over my tongue as I fight to get my bearings back. I force myself to move, even with the excruciating pain coursing through my limbs. The exit's almost there, if only I can... But there's no moment's respite. Ah! Next thing I know, she's heavy weight on top of me and cold digits slide around my neck. Tight like a vice, closing in, leaving me gasping for air. Through my blurred vision, I can only make out the hateful gleam, the spite in her eyes as she looms over my body and her grip on my throat grows tighter. Desperation kicks in. My nails dig into her wrists as I struggle against her firm grip, trying to pry her fingers away.
Let go! Let me go!
Keep the slider within the green bar by moving the mouse. Oh. What? Am I supposed to keep... I think I'm supposed to keep clicking. Too strong. Her hold on me is too strong. My lungs begin to ache, burning with the lack of air. My pain growing coarse with every second I writhe under her pushing grip.
Somebody
We're gonna hear her die first. Hold on. Please hold. It doesn't let you fail QTEs. Which girl is so creepy. Darkness begins to fill the edges of my vision as soon as the world fades. And soon the world... Yeah, continue. Okay. By moving the mouse. Oh, I just have to move it. hate this. I hate this! Got it. Okay, that took a second. I'm so glad that failing QTEs doesn't count. I didn't think twice. My limbs are moving on their own before what I did could fully register in my brain and my lungs could recover. Behind me, she lets out a cry, sharp, loud, and thunderous against the empty walls of the library. But the fear her wails bring compares nothing to the relief washing over me when I finally make it out. Excuse me. I got quick escape as an achievement. My knees buckle as soon as my feet hits the pavement, the surface cold and hard against my skin. I've only been in there for a few hours, about 1 or 2 probably. I don't know anymore. It feels like an eternity all the same. My breathing hasn't slowed down yet, and I don't expect it to after going through that. I probably took the most undignified creature on a Sunday morning right now. Look like one. Oops. Out of breath, disheveled, slumped here with a bloodied lip and all. But at present, I simply can't bring myself to care, even when a few passerbys start giving me strange looks. Stare at me all you want, I don't give a single shit. I'm alive. I'm safe. This isn't the end yet, but I'm safe. And inside my bag is something that could get us all out of this mess. Nothing definite yet. I don't want to get my hopes up, but it's still something. If Isabella is here, I'm sure she'll feel the same. She'll even be the first one who'll put her faith on it. Wherever this will lead us is a victory on its own. Now all that's left is to find the others and the rest of us trapped in this bloody nightmare. Right on cue, as if an answer to my previous thought, my mobile phone lets out a beep. I pick it up, simply hoping it'll be one of them. Only it's a voicemail that greets me. From Ashton. There's a pang of disappointment, of course, but it brings some reassurance that nothing's happened to at least one of them.
Hey, Becca, call me back when you're free. We need to talk. ASAP.
That something is why you need Becca alive. That's what I figured, and that's what didn't I say, like, is that... Well, I guess it doesn't dictate whether or not someone lives or dies later, but I guess it dictates the true ending. But yeah. He ends it right there. The message less than a minute long. Curt and gives nothing away. I let it ease my worries, regardless, and do as he asks. Because this, too, is another triumph for us. One less thing to worry about. Alright. It didn't change anything. Okay. 30th. With the help of Professor Andrew Clark, Rebecca was able to gain access to the Luxborn Library's restricted section, and there she discovered numerous accounts of the Ermagirds, all hidden from the public. Her research was interrupted, however. Wham. Rebecca was seen limping out of the Luxborn Public Library late Sunday morning, checking her mobile. A lone voicemail from Ashton was in it, telling her they need to talk ASAP. And now we're Ashton! So we got 2 more people. We got Ashton and Luke left. But yeah. Okay, I need to run to the bathroom real quick. Wait, a ghost is heavy? This girl is really creepy. The jams, though. Okay, I need to run to the bathroom. Yeah, Luke's will be very different. That's what I figured. I'm gonna run to the bathroom real quick, just because I need to pee. So, you guys get this lovely music with this BRB screen. I will be right back. Hey, chat. To unmute myself, I had to do that. Are we ready? Are you ready, kids? Aye, Captain. Okay. So, maybe Ashton's will be super fast then. Although Becca... Oh, I guess Becca doesn't really die till the end, so... Should be similar. Ow! Maybe this will take the whole stream. Oop. Yeah. Yeah, he did. Fuck, he even tried to make a move on Isabella back in the open house, right in front of his wife. Standing in the same room as him doesn't make me want to punch him any less. Actually, the urge is stronger, but protocols. My case first and foremost. My own opinion of the man shouldn't get ahead of my purpose here. I forgot how much later he is. It like starts off right there. Still playing Persona 5 Royale, and not only did they make the game more accessible, it is also a bit easier to platinum. Yo! What do I do? I think I insisted it's confidential, but I don't remember. Ashton Frey received a phone call from the chief of Luxborn Police first thing in the morning, informing him that he has been taken off the Luxborn firm case. Though his protests fall on deaf ears, the sudden turn of events proved a hunch. Confidential?
It's confidential, Rebecca.
Yeah. It is what I did. Yeah. We stand accessibility. With goldfish in my mouth. Hi, Bear. My loaf of a boy. Oh. Oh, what a yawn. Wow, this really does. God, Ash talks a lot. Ash talks so much, chat. Uh-oh, QT. Uh-oh. I don't remember it. Oh, no. Oh, no. I think I say tell me about him, but I don't remember. Rebecca likes me more. And Isabella. Okay. Rebecca confronted Ashton about what happened at the party the night before, unable to tell her any details. The latter simply admitted it was confidential. Though Rebecca accepted this, her displeasure remained evident on her face. Disturbed by the ruckus outside her unit, Isabella reprimanded Ashton for the noise. The latter noted her disheveled appearance and puffy eyes, although before he could ask about it, she brought up the issue with BRC again and insisted they both look into that night. While waiting for Isabella, Ashton called Professor Andrew Clark to inform him of the dismissal of the Luxborn firm case. While Andrew reassured him that it was fine, the detective promised to keep an eye on the case. However, a realization cut the conversation short. To confirm their this is after she died. To confirm their suspicions, Isabella helped Ashton break into the BRC Luxborn's office that night. There, the files they found revealed the real deal of the mansion's sale and was unknown to even Isabella and possibly something more terrible. Tell me about it.
When?
Yeah. 4 P5R, the most annoying trophies from the OG game were removed, like having full demon decks. Oh. Oh, wait. Shit. 4. Oh, 4. 6. Shit. 4. Oh, no, it changes. I can't use numlock, which is very annoying. Ah! She made me panic! Ashton's screams give me life. I double checked and my numlock's on. I don't know why it won't let me use it. What? Oh, 6, 1, 9, 6. I have to start over. Yeah. Shit. This is a hard QTE. Oh my god. I hate it because I can't use my numlock. Like, that's where I know numbers. God damn! Man! The dying scream is so good. Alright. We're out! Oh. Wasn't a whole ass goldfish. Alright. Aw. It's done and that's what matters. Ashton really talks the most. That's not how elevators work, yeah. Take her offer, I'm not hungry. I think I said take her offer, but... While gathering what they found, Ashton accidentally brought up Isabella's follow, who had apparently passed away the day before. Suddenly, her reasons for trying to fix this mess became clear to him, and in his attempt to comfort her, he almost ended up admitting something he's not ready to put into words. Even though Rebecca's alive, he's still crushing on Isabella. Ashton and Isabella beat a quick exit after getting what they needed, making sure not to leave evidence of their break-in. On their way out, however, the elevator malfunctioned and dropped them in a building's basement parking lot instead, where a familiar face welcomed them. After that close call, Ashton spent the night at Isabella's, only to be kept awake by nightmares and at an utter loss with all of his beliefs overturned. Ashton decided to check on Zachary and Rebecca. Unfortunately, only Zachary returned his calls. Okay. I've given up on trying to get the thing I was going for. We need to get on if we're going to get this tonight. That's fair. That's fair. Take her offer.
Thank you.
Yeah. I'm so sorry, Hall. I think it's because of choices I might have made as Isabella. You don't have to input randomized codes every time you use a lift. Must be nice. This game always takes longer than I think. That's fair. Yeah. Ashton talks so much. Well, I mean, like, luckily he talks so much, so a lot of it's being skipped. You promise you won't do anything stupid? You're okay? I don't remember which one I said. Well. Oh, wait. Well, I mean... No, I mean, it's not the case for him, but... They're tied right now. Or if anything, I think Isabella's a little lower. But, I don't know. I don't know if that matters. I just need to hit a close button to make it close faster. That's fair. Second one? Okay. Oh, also. Wait. One of these was new. Oh! Except, yeah. Oh, we might then? Oh, okay. It made Zachary higher! It made Zachary higher! Alright, anyway. I just want to keep you guys posted since you can't see. I thought Belle at least would have been way ahead by now. I think she is for Zachary, but not for Ash, I guess. I always remember the theory, urban myth, that closed door buttons were how a lot of disasters spread and affected type A personality people or whatever. Wait, what? However, the tone she assumes isn't what I'm hoping to hear.
Ashton, are you there?
Ragged, a bit out of breath, but there's a tinge of urgency to it. Listening to her from my side of the line makes it seem like she has just run a marathon prior to this
Becca,
call.
where?
I got your message. What happened?
Nothing. Yet? Where are you?
Downtown. I had to make a quick visit to the library. Listen, Ash, about that thing Isabella has been talking about. There's something you guys need to...
Please tell me you didn't... Whatever. Save it for later. I'm at Salemwell. If you can get here as soon as possible, that'd be really great. This is related to that.
You're there? Is Isabella with you?
Yes.
Yeah, Zach too.
With a quick press of the button, I switch on the loudspeaker and step back into Isabella's apartment. I hold up the phone towards the two, giving it 2 shakes, urging them to speak. Both are still carrying worried looks on their faces. This should ease
Rebecca's
that.
asking for you two.
Becca? Is she okay?
Aww,
hey, Becca.
This is what I wanted.
Hello, Rebecca. Odd morning we're having, eh?
Hey, you two. What's happening over there? Is this something I should be worried about?
We'll tell you once you get here. Please, hurry.
I don't like the sound of that, Ash. But I'm on my way. Give me a few minutes. I'm driving.
She mumbles a goodbye, then hangs up. Becca's the last person I need to account for. Yet that call left an even more strained tension in the room. Thankfully, we don't have to linger on it for too long. It only takes a matter of minutes to get there. And the second she steps into the room, Isabella clings to her.
I'm so glad you're okay. Ashton checked on you this morning, but...
Safe and sound is the achievement I got. And fun fact, it's of those three. A picture of those three. Not of Ashton. I hope we're calling hands free. I don't think she was driving, was she? Maybe she was. It was a whole thing. Supposedly only certain types of people press them because they're in a hurry all the time or impatient, whatever. So then they share germs via those buttons or similar things. That's, I don't know. That's silly. I will say I'm type A, I think. I don't do that. I don't know. I flop between the two. The whole gang's together again.
He did? I'm sorry. I was in a hurry. I didn't have time to drop by and let you know.
It doesn't matter. What's
Or
important
Ash
is you're
needs
here.
to arrest you. Lock me up. Not burnt to a crisp or brutally murdered somewhere. Whole, alive. Although she seems a bit shaken, doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. At least now I can relax, ease the pressure off my shoulders, if only by some. But the minute Isabella turns away from her, she winces. A small reaction, the younger woman doesn't even catch it. It sets a precedence for a careful observation nonetheless. A closer look at her reveals a much more disheveled than usual. Hair in a bit of a mess, probably flattened in a hurry. The back of her dress also shows stains in the dirt places it rarely gets to. She also is leaning more on using her left arm. She's right-handed. Perhaps the most telling is the slight limp she has, noticeable that Isabella leads her into the room. It all spouts a hatful of questions. What exactly happened and how she ended up in that state? Pretty sure a simple trip to library wouldn't do that. I grab for her arm before she can walk past, carefully to avoid hurting her in case there really is an injury. Seems like it at first, but you can't be sure until you a careful examination has been made. I suspect some bruising at least. Cuff me, please. Although minor internal fractures aren't out of the equation, they have a nasty way of staying hidden. Sure enough, Becca tenses immediately upon contact. Tries to pull back, although the sudden gesture only elicits another wince, forcing her and Isabella to halt. Both of them turn to me almost at the same time, their eyes searching mine for answers. Rebecca, for her part, doesn't appear quite pleased with the interruption, or the fact someone has brought it to light. What am I saying? It doesn't matter. Bonk! I was just reading Damona's. I forgot because I slept at KatFTWynn memes today. I had a couple. I didn't do many though. The second one? Okay. Never heard that, but I did hear the close button really doesn't help. That it just exists for people to make them feel like more in control. I mean, I missed that since I logged in much later today. Oh. That too. Please tell me you didn't do something dangerous.
Please tell me you did not just do something dangerous today.
Before that frown even completely forms on her face, I already know that somehow this whole questioning has started off on the wrong foot.
What are you implying?
That you're running blindly into things?
Always.
This is what I warned Isabella about the other day. Now you're doing the exact same thing.
Of course. You're friends with them all.
I know what I'm getting into, Ashton. Besides, it was just a trip to the library.
That arm injury and the limp tell a completely different story.
She caught me off guard. What? Did you think I went looking for her with a book in hand? I'm not stupid, Ash. And what do you want me to do? Stand here? Just let that bloody ghost do whatever she wants to us?
No, I want you to be careful. We don't know what we're dealing with here yet. I've yet to figure everything out, so...
You're not the only one who can do things here, Ash. Quit playing the damn hero, you're not. You should be thankful someone's even trying to help. You're lucky no one has died yet, after it apparently took you this long to come around. You're the one who kept brushing all of this off.
Okay, to be fair,
you're the one who dismissed
so
Isabella
did you.
first.
So did you, Becca. The last one feels like a slap in the face, really. Rebecca has a knack for being brutally honest with her opinions. We've often clashed at times, yet I still respect her for it. Her opinion is as valuable as every other person's I've let come into my life. And this time she's right. I've made a huge mistake.
Becca, that's enough. Please. It's not his fault.
Becca has a point,
Not
but is
anyone's.
also a hypocrite. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
We're all here now. Everyone's safe. Alive. There's other stuff we should be focusing on. So please, just stop. Both of you.
But damn it, I'm trying.
And you didn't? Back at the movie house, you were agreeing with me.
Yep.
Guys, chill. You heard Isabella. No blaming anymore. It's all in the past.
Fender.
Just let this go. We have more important matters to deal with, yeah?
She still should have ran. That woman's not something you can hit with a book.
I did run.
Believe me, Ashton, I did. Then a bloody cart came out of nowhere. Do you have any idea how painful being hit with one is? But you know what? If it weren't for a damn book, you wouldn't be yelling at me right now. I would be dead.
Yeah. Tied up people made me think, oh, D-Money should see this is all. I'm trying to remember when that happened. Cop handcuffs are not that pleasurable compared to cuffs made for play. Oh, no, absolutely not. A sobering silence descends the room. Instantly, both our anger have been tempered as the gravity of that one word hits us all. Rebecca likes us less. Oh. Aw. Zachary of Salem well, tired and frazzled, upon learning that he had come from Ermengarde Mansion that morning. Ashton could only express his relief that he was safe, and amused Zachary teased him for worrying, which to the other man's embarrassment. That would be indeed something I would go to see if near me. I don't even remember. Why don't I remember? Oh, that one. Yes. The art installation. Oh, okay. With the skateboarding guy who may or may not have been a part of the act. Okay. Was gonna say fair play to Becca being angry. She did just escape death. Yeah. Dead. Another close call. Another would have. Another one we've narrowly avoided. How long can we keep this up? We're bound to break at one point. No normal human being with a sane mind can last like this. It's a miracle Isabella hasn't cracked yet. After all, she was the one who found that letter. I've expected her to have caved in by now, yet her voice, calm and composed in the face of this, is what cuts through the thick air.
I'll go get a cold compress for that arm. You guys take a seat first. Ashton and I, we have a lot of things to talk about.
We do?
But no more fighting, okay? If one of you starts another round of it, I'm going to drag the two of you out by your ears.
That marks the end of it. At least for the time being. I wasn't clear on his involvement, neither was I. As soon as Isabella returns and hands Becca a cold compress she promised, we get straight down to business to defeat the Huns. Surprisingly easy considering the rigid air in the room. Although there's some tense fumbling for words at first, the whole conversation gains steam once what happened last night at BRC has been put on the table. All at once, everything we brushed off, carelessly ignored, and rudely dismissed have been laid out for close scrutiny. Zach's encounters with the woman and his dreams, Rebecca's close brushes with death every time she appears. The dread, the fear, the terror she brings out, even in the bravest of us. Everything. Because no matter how bleak this all seems, there must be a way out of this. There has to be. Logic be damned. Or at least that's what Isabella and I would like to believe. I'm assuming I can't skip this. Yeah. Yet, even as the cold morning light shifts to warm hues of late afternoon and eventually night, none of this still makes a fucking damn sense. Darkness has fallen, but we're still nowhere near figuring things out. If anything, we're more at a loss than we've ever been before this started. Next thing I know, frustration rears its ugly head, and the sheets of paper I've been holding smacks the table harder than I've intended. The sound of it echoes loudly in the small room, and everyone simply falls silent. Along with it is the release of another long-held breath. Perhaps the 100th since this morning.
We aren't getting anywhere at this rate.
Don't just drop it. There must be something in this we aren't seeing yet.
It's an odd thing to hear from her. The very words I've been telling myself every single time I find myself facing a dead end. We can use a little of the optimism right now, I guess.
I know, but what are we supposed to be looking at here in the first place?
Well, you already looked through those files. You're the one.
All of them?
Oops. I didn't mean to do that.
Well, you already looked through those files. You're the one that picked it out last night, right?
All of them? I'm pretty sure every person we've checked in there isn't necessarily involved. One client possibly died of old age. Remember, you found that dumb paper.
Ow.
Not so dumb if it can kill all of us.
Yeah.
Very funny, Z-Man.
I understand the reference, yeah. No, might not be able to skip much of it, actually. It probably treats it as a different route because of Becca being alive now. That's what I was thinking.
Anyway, like I said, you discovered that paper right before the open house. No one else was allowed inside during that time. It's too broad of a scope if we include every single person. In fact, the only notable ones are C and Jean Marie.
But if we're going to include them in the count, shouldn't there have been more than enough people to end this fucking curse already? How does this thing even work?
Yeah, okay. They went in and out of this place. But no, you still don't get it. What I'm trying to say about those clients is...
Maybe there's more than one of it. Even my friend, the priest from the cathedral. He's been acting strangely.
Father Norman? Him too?
Yeah. I visited him a few days ago. He was hysterical. They think he's sick, but I have a feeling what might the real cause be.
I knew it. I shouldn't have asked for his help.
He was only trying to help too. It's not your fault. There might be more than one of that paper going around that we don't know about. More to this. I mean, look at all this stuff Rebecca brought with her. Apparently our teachers have been lying to us all these years. So who knows?
Hey, now don't blame us. Blame the bloody books they wrote.
Quietly, Isabella reaches for one of the papers Becca has brought with her and carefully inspects the words printed on the page. A copy of an old newsprint from even before the city has been founded. Her eyes narrow with each line it passes, but lingers on the illustration in the noblewoman servant.
Why do they have to keep this in the restricted section?
Rebecca merely shrugs at her inquiry, but her own annoyance seeps through her answer.
How should I know? I wasn't even aware we have archives that go as far back as this. This is before the city was even founded. As a matter of fact, if it weren't for Andrew's help, I wouldn't have gotten my hands on any of it. Maybe they didn't think it would be important to talk about it. After all, this is more Anselm's than ours.
That or some old bugger's hiding something.
Why else would they tell a completely different story? Revising what's written seems a useless endeavor on its own when you have nothing to gain from it. Thanks to those, we're also missing a lot of things here. All we have to go on with this mansion, the letter, and all the stuff selfish people have been keeping from the public. But what else? Somehow, even with all this information in hand, it still feels like there's something we're overlooking. At present, everything seems to point to where all this started. The Ermagerd mansion. Will bringing this letter back fix everything? Fuck. How do I? The mansion's a private property now. We can't just waltz in there. I'd rather die before I even think of begging Wright to let me in to investigate the place. And one thing's very clear after these last 2 days, however. We're not safe anywhere, and I have to act as fast as I want to. Fast. I have to act fast if I want to keep my own friends alive. We can't keep running away. Sooner or later, she'll get us. Before that happens, I have to put an end to this. Sighing, I stand up and stretch out the kinks in my back after several hours of sitting. We've been at this for too long. A break is needed. Time to let everything sink in or else we'll burn out. I know I will, and it's another thing I cannot let happen when they're all counting on me like this. We're counting on each other. Gosh darn it, Ash, stop thinking so much. I know he does. Albeit unspoken, it's in their eyes when they look up at me waiting.
We've been at this since morning. We should take a break for a few...
The rest of it never makes it out of my mouth as something heavy and grating sounds from the far end of the room. A harsh booming noise rending through the eardrums of everyone in the room. All at once, the three of them are on their feet while I quickly palm for my gun on the table. Yeah, because that'll stop a ghost. However, before I can pull it up and remove the safety, the whole racket stops. Stillness descends in the room, and amidst the sudden hush, the four of us exchange anxious glances. So much for a break.
Ashton, that might be...
Gather everything.
No questions asked. They waste no time getting to work, piling the documents we've been reading through. Even Isabella is unusually silent as she gathers everything in her arms, her own movements sharp and precise, a deep furrow in her brow. There's fear, but something hardened and urgent overshadows it. The moment doesn't last. Before we can even finish, another noise ups the tension already gripping the place. Suddenly, the lights go out and the wardrobe at the end of the room rattles, as if something inside begs for freedom. It's Narnia! Cautiously, eyes glued to it, I take a step forward and release the lockup for my gun. Why would you do that? I'm no trigger-happy person. I'm not even sure if this will work on a ghost. I don't think... yeah. But right now, its smooth surface against my palm with the trigger on my finger proves the closest thing I ever relief as I approach the closet.
Ashton, what are you doing?
I don't think that's a good idea. We should just...
Worried as they all are, they immediately stop at the slight raise of my hand. But the edge is there when they all huddle into space between the door and the room. In case this goes south, whatever I find inside, they have enough time and space to run from their position. In 2 deep breaths, I've crossed the room and stood in front of the closet. Sorry, it's really loud! Whatever's inside has yet to stop thrashing. Instead, it has now moved to banging on the door louder and louder and longer I dally. Another shallow breath. I glance at my companions. A nod. Something creaks. Then in the next moment, I'm grasping at the handles and swinging the doors wide open to reveal... nothing! Right away, I part the clothes hanging on it and still none. No ghost, no woman. Not a single trace of whoever's inside. Confused, I glance back toward my companions, only see them mirroring the same expression on my face. The noise has finally stopped, but I'm quite sure this isn't my imagination. Maybe it is, and I'm just too strung up that my head's now making things up. Whatever the case is, we need to get out of here as soon as possible. This only confirms we aren't safe anywhere. Without bothering to close it, I move back, ready to leave, adrenaline now coursing through every vein in my body. In the next second, I'm barking orders and...
go. Everyone, we need to...
Ah! I'm sent sprawling on my back as something cold catches my ankle and yanks. Oh, I do remember that. The resulting fall knocks the wind out of me. Pain racks my whole spine and the back of my head as it collides on the floor with force enough to dislodge my own brain from my skull. A moment lasts far before stars start to fade from my vision. And then I sense it. The cold tendrils twisting around my ankles, the smell of vile rot assaulting my nose, nauseating, sickening. A foul smell draining my every feeling in my body. The moment her horrid laughter, still and unpleasant and vicious as last time I've heard it, reaches my ears, my eyes snap open. Perhaps it's just an experience, or maybe my mind's still attempting to comprehend this. Regardless, the minute my eyes land on her, my whole body freezes. The gun in my hand turns useless as my grip on it slackens. It's in the manner her gaze bores on me, I'll say. The look of utter hatred and malice, I've seen it loads of times. From suspects, mostly murderers, who never regretted their actions despite being caught. This is the face of someone who can no longer reason with. And I know, the moment she laughs again and starts dragging me towards her, it's already going to be
Ashton, snap out of it!
No, I can't die here. Not yet. The haze fades from my mind and instinct kicks in there.
Everyone
then and
out!
there.
Get out! Get out of here!
With one powerful tug, I yank my foot out from her grip and scramble back to my feet, ignoring the piercing wails she fills the room with. Within the span of seconds, I'm gunning for the door, grabbing the wrist of the first person my hand can reach and leading everyone out. Into the hallway, down the flight of steps, and right inside my car. I waste no time flooring on the gas pedal the second the last person closes the door behind them, and in a short while, I'm driving us out of Salemwell. I don't even entertain the thought of winding down just yet, even as the last of the woman's painful cries fade into the night. I mean, Ash is a detective. I mean, thinking comes with the territory. I am the witch and the audacity of this ghost bitch. Exactly that. Oh my god, Ashton thinks so much. Oopsie. What? What? Why can't I hit next? What did I do? What? What the fuck? What? I broke it. Anyway! A dreary downpour starts off the Monday. Although it doesn't last for more than an hour, the dark clouds lift just after the sun peaks over the horizon. Brief as it is, the rain has significantly dampened the park's usually cheery vibe. Mornings like this often mark the start of another bad week. An arrest gone wrong, another investigation leading to a dead end, some truly fucked up shit being called in. I can skip. Not anymore. Rebecca will definitely give me an earful and tell me to take care of myself better. Say that I'm killing myself on the job. I cannot. Okay. Skip. Not necessarily a bad end. The chatter reaches my ears first, halting my movements. Sure enough, when I glance up, I find them. Zach, Rebecca, and Isabella, just as they've entered the park grounds, bags of convenience store food in hand. Get all the sleep, Demonas. You have a lovely Friday night. Take care of yourself and get all the rest this weekend. Sleep as much as you can. All of the hugs. After last night's flight from Salem Well, we've elected to stay the night here, unsure if our own homes will still be safe. Normally, we'd all be adverse to the idea of spending the night outside like this, but panic and distress has tainted that decision. It's not like any of us has gotten an ounce of sleep anyway, and on the off chance one of us did, it only lasted about a second, or it's a fitful one. But looking at them right now, from afar, it's easy to mistake them for just a group of friends on a day out. Isabella's gesturing wildly with her arms as she talks, something funny or amusing, probably because it's soon followed by Zach's booming laughter or Rebecca's giggles. Their voices fill the atmosphere with light air, temporarily easing off the disheartening mood. It's easy to pretend we're not knee-deep in a life-or-death situation the way they're acting now. If anything, it's only their appearance that betrays that mask. Slightly disheveled, bags under their eyes, an exhausted curve in their shoulders, and dragged footsteps. The closer they get, the more obvious these signs are to the naked eye. Zach tosses an energy drink my way the moment the distance allows it. Isabella hands me another bag she's holding before seating herself on the edge of the fountain. The scent of warm food immediately wafts from the bag when I open it, carried further by a passing breeze. Whatever sweet sauce they drizzled over the pork wannabe, it smells heavenly. Hell, even the sorry-looking vegetables seem appetizing. Damn it. Despite myself, without even checking exactly what this is, hunger swiftly takes over every rational thought. I dig in without waiting for them to start. The rest of them appear to be of the same mind, too. Soon enough, they all start to eat theirs. No casual talk while we fill our empty stomachs. Exhausted as we all are, food is something we can't forgo. Starvation dulls the thinking, weakens the body. If we are to survive this, we're going to have to take care of ourselves first. In a matter of minutes, we're done and dumping the empty cartons in a nearby waste bin, along with it the shift in the mood. Back to dismal, back to the problem at hand. The comfortable atmosphere from minutes ago was nice while it lasted. Admittedly, I've missed those kind of moments between us. We never had the chance, always busy on some project or work. The things we've taken for granted now that we're realizing how valuable they are. The world has an awful sense of humor. While the one we've just had is short-lived, it's another thing I want to look forward to. If we ever free ourselves from this damn curse, I'd like to believe there's a way. For now, we have to focus back on the present. This. Dead people. The letter. The curse. It's not simple to bring these things up, but necessary.
What now? Where do we go from here?
It's not the question directed at anyone in particular, but they all look at me as if my face has all the answers in the world. I used to think so, back when I was on top of my game and still sure of everything. Now there's just uncertainty sullying whatever decision I come up with. At some point, logic has simply stopped working here, and we've started grasping at straws. Along with exhaustion, fatigue, and stress, we have enough kindling to get a fire burning. A not so pleasant kind of fire.
Well, first, we can't just stay here. That much is obvious.
But we can't just keep running like
Right,
this
this
either,
fight
Becca.
happened too.
Sooner or
Without
later,
Becca.
she'll...
As if we have a choice. We can't even go back to our own homes because that thing might get us. Nowhere safe. But dying is the last thing I want to do right now, Isabella.
Yeah, she did it once already.
Not to a stupid chain letter. You were too gullible to pick up, bring with you, and show to everyone.
I didn't do it on purpose. Becca, had I known,
Had I known, I wouldn't have.
Hey, you two. None of us want to die to this. Just calm down. We ain't getting anywhere shouting at each other.
Whose side are you on, Zachary?
No one's.
Everyone's.
But we can't just say it's her fault. She did warn us not to open it, and both you and Ashton...
That doesn't exempt her from any blame. She's still largely responsible for it.
And you're not?
I didn't say that! Do you really think I don't blame myself for this as well?
I tried to warn all of you. None of you listened. Now you're blaming me for something I kept telling you guys since day one? You're just as responsible for this as I am.
Okay, how about nobody is responsible because no one normally believes in ghosts and would have thought this would have happened?
So now, you're throwing it back at us. We wouldn't even be having this problem if you
didn't blame her first, she wouldn't have the need to blame you too.
Will you two cut it out? This ain't the place for I don't know, petty squabbles.
Zach, mad is so weird. Because I'm just not used to it.
If you don't want to get caught in it, then stay out of this, Zachary.
Oh no, Zach. Don't stop her. Let her say it. I'm sure she has plenty more to say. If I didn't know any better, she's already.
Already what? You want me to say it? Out loud? That I find you in this whole thing?
All right, that's enough! Everyone, shut up!
They all falter to silence at my words, and an awkward, stifling mood descends between us. I do not mean to shout, to snap at them, to add to that kindling. Not in a moment when, any time, anywhere she might get one of us. We're all in the same boat, yet here we are playing the blame game. Little by little, we're falling apart, caving into the peer pressure, to the bleak situation we're trapped in. Did that ghost mean for this to happen? To divide each of us so she can pick us off one by one? Who knows? Anything's possible now if her kind exist. With the fire burning between us, rising as high as it is now, I'm afraid. Deathly afraid. That the possibility might come sooner than I can figure all this out. Mistakes were made! I inhaled my cough drop! I luckily did not swallow it. I almost did swallow it at least and not breathe it. Jesus, Kat, are you okay? I'm okay. Scared me for a second though. The ghost is trying to kill me. Oh my god, by making me choke on a cough drop. Anyway, fuck, I still can't think straight. I'm gonna keep it to the side of my mouth just in case. I can't even believe the next words coming out of my own mouth. That out of everyone, I have to be the one saying them to these to them. This is more their forte than mine. Keeping the peace. I come back and, Kat, are you okay? I choked on a cough drop. While I unintentionally aggravate people with badly chosen words. Oh my god, Kat, read the letter. Funny how fast the tables have been turned after just one unfortunate incident. How am I even supposed to cope?
If we all want to get out of this mess in one piece, we're gonna have to cool our heads first.
So that way I can breathe. Stop thinking, I guess. Talk more, breathe, or think less. Before my own temper flares, I walk away and slide back into my car. If the door slams with one more force than needed, I'd like to blame it on the pent-up anger boiling up in me. I'm not even sure what or who I'm angry at. The ghost, at them, or maybe even at myself for being this useless. Because despite none of them saying it, I know, goddammit. They're still counting on me. In spite of my failures, or every harsh word I've uttered, or how unbearable I can be as a friend. It's there when the tension after the argument finally breaks. And one by one, they follow me and get into the car. It's in concerned glances they shoot my way when I start the engine without a word and drive off. Nope, just broke. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I broke the main menu. Please hold. Let me see if I, yes. Let me close it and open it back up. Maybe that'll fix it. Well, I nearly choked taking a sip of my Dr. Pepper so I can sympathize. All the hugs. It's scary. I had a big panic. I'm not gonna lie. Ooh. I'm also kind of embarrassed because I don't know how my face looked when that happened. Okay. Thank you for the hug. Oh, yay! Okay, okay, okay. It reset. We're not frozen anymore. Ashton and Isabella's relief, Rebecca later called back. Soon she showed up, looking worse for wear when the detective pointed that out, annoyed that she might have been also ignoring his warnings. She was quick to retaliate. Fortunately, before it brewed into a fight, Isabella stepped in. With the help of his friends, Ashton tried to find a way to free themselves from the curse, piecing together what they currently know, but before they could figure it out, a ruckus coming from Isabella's closet broke the silence of the room. After spending the night at the local park, Ashton and his friends tried to figure out what their next step will be. However, coupled with fatigue and stress, the conversation quickly went downhill. Frustrated, Ashton walked out, suggesting they cool their heads first. Yeah. A heckin' frighten it was. Alright. Oh, and new relationships. Okay. They made it click off. Actually, how high? Yeah, Zachary's still higher. Okay. It's in their silence, a heavy gift, their unwavering trust. Yet I'm the one. It's one I'm more than willing to carry, even though through my own exhaustion, if only to keep them safe. In this city of 68,000 strangers, they're the ones I have left. They're the only ones I've left. Though in all seriousness, a good rest is still our best bet for now. Yay! Yay! Okay. I'd feel better if I don't have to worry about you. Skippity-doo-dah, skippity-day. I think it's the worry one. I'm gonna save over that now. Second one? Okay. There are only two ways this will end. Okay, that is what I did before. The sun hangs lower when I stumble back into consciousness and drag myself downstairs. Around this time, the patrons usually start to trickle into the main lounge until it reaches a peak around midnight. Today, it remains thin. Okay. After the argument in the park, Ashton took his friends someplace where they could rest. G welcomed them into his pub without question. While the others were sleeping, the detective and the bartender had a little chat about the past and what had changed over the years. Zachary's arrival interrupted Ashton's conversation with G. Left alone, the two attempted to mend things between them, only for things to almost turn sour after Ashton revealed his plans to return to the mansion. His friend eventually acquiesced after Ashton agreed to a time limit. That made Zach like me more, though. But considering what day it isn't too worrisome for the kind of business G runs. He has always complained about the lack of a decent crowd on the week start. Although he doesn't really begrudge his customers for it. No one wants to start the week with a bad case of hangover after all, even him. Which makes the concerned look he gives me come off a bit too odd. With the kind of danger we're in, this swiftly puts me on edge, even before sleep completely fades from my mind.
Something wrong, G?
G hums, but there's an undertone of annoyance in it, despite his casual and open movements. And only after he finishes wiping the tumbler and carefully settles it face down on the table does he give me an answer. The way he stares back at me honestly makes me squirm. It feels like I'm being stared at by my primary school teacher for sleeping in class again.
Nothing much. Monday's still a slow day for this place. But you might want to check on your friends, kids.
Bear.
Looks like one of them woke up on the wrong side of the bed while you were out.
Another question forms in my head along with a small, confused frown. Maybe it's Becca instead of Isabella this time. Although before a single syllable slips past my mouth, Rebecca's irate voice rings out from some part of the main lounge. From the sound of it, it appears woke up on the wrong side of the bed is a complete understatement.
Alone? You know we can't just go in there.
But we don't have any other choice, Becca!
Oh, they're together.
There's really no other way. We have to go there. If you'll just...
Isabella, no.
It doesn't sound too comforting. Once Rebecca assumes that kind of tone in the argument with Isabella, it usually ends with one of them walking out of both giving the other the silent treatment. It lasts for about a week at most if it's really bad, which really isn't what we need right now. I have hoped the bad blood from this morning will simply blow over, after all of us has gotten a decent night rest. I should have expected things won't be the same with them as it is with Zach and I. Turns out sleep isn't just what some of us need. Even G appears to understand it. In spite of his efforts to look as unconcerned as possible, there's a tense set in his shoulders. A nervous edge lingers in his eyes as it occasionally flickers over to where Becca and Isabella's voices are coming from. He doesn't want to deal with this, especially at the start of another busy week. Neither do I. Things have worked out well between them before without Zachary meddling. But the imploring gaze G directs at me leaves me with no other choice. It almost feels like he's guilting me into doing something about it. Well, maybe because it is bad for business. I hate that.
You know how I run this pub, kid. No fist fights, no cat fights, only good booze, bad puns, and off-key singing.
Well, Wolf has the bad puns down. Who is likely to still be a grump and not let go of things? Of course, it's Becca, yeah.
Go fix it before it blows up in your faces. I'd hate to throw two girls out of this place over a petty argument.
It's probably not as petty if Rebecca is already shouting like that, but I give him a nod nonetheless.
Sorry about this, G.
He hums something under his breath for an answer and waves me off, turning away and returning to his work without another word. Even with the lack of a sizable crowd, he likes to keep busy. We're the same in that regard. Don't be rude about Marianne singing like that, G. Can't remain still. Always has to stay moving, doing something, thinking, whatever keeps the brain at work. I leave him to it shortly after. Rebecca's voice rings out again, once again followed by Isabella's. But part of me wants to thank them for all the trouble he has taken for people he barely even knows. Once this is over, I should probably find some way. In the meantime, I have this immediate problem to fix. Gotta get to this before it turns into a shitstorm both of them will regret. And I know both of them will. For all of Isabella's complaints about Rebecca's bossy attitude, or how annoying Rebecca sometimes finds the other's childlike demeanor, it's a friendship they both cherish in their own way. Music.
Hi, kitties.
Tally wants to. Rebecca's already on her feet when I spot them in an almost deserted area of the pub. I'm willing to bet my entire life savings that people are staying away only because of the brewing storm. Rebecca can have quite the mood when she's crossed. I can't speak for Isabella. I rarely see her seething. But from what I've heard, it can be very unpleasant. The way she's glaring at the redhead from her seat, regardless of how much the other woman towers over her right now, already says everything. Empty plates have been left neatly piled on one corner of the table they occupy, a conversation that turns sour sometime after a late lunch then. Good thing they're already done and nothing's left to be spilled. Jesus. Because the next moment before I can approach and intervene, Becca slams her palm on the table. I sense the silverware clanking sharply against the surface. Isabella flinches momentarily, we both do, though she shows no indication of surrendering in the face of Rebecca's temper. Everything escalates from there.
You've already gotten us in enough trouble because of this let a ghost everything.
You're blaming me again!
And you can't expect everyone to fix your mess.
You keep on putting the blame on me, but you're the one who didn't listen. All of you! If you just listened in the first place, maybe this wouldn't have happened. But you're too busy acting like you know what's best for everyone. when in fact you're the one who's being selfish.
I'm the one who's selfish. Yet you're still going to do what you want anyway, even if the people around you are already beside themselves with worry. This is how you've always acted since we met, and I'm tired of it. Sometimes I wish you never even came here, because all you've given us is a headache.
I have to admit, I'm kind of glad that she wasn't there in my playthrough. Because I would have been so mad she survived. Get fucked. Becca, what the fuck?
You know why I had to come here. My dad.
Your dad has nothing to do with this. It has always been you and your whiny, careless self that has always been the problem.
Maybe I should have stepped in earlier. You fucking think, bro? Maybe I should have said something the moment Rebecca has slammed the flat of her hand on the table, or the second I've entered the area. Your dad has nothing. Oh. But he does have something. That's why he came here. Wow, and this is with them on a reasonably good terms with each other. Yeah. Well, I can't see what their terms are. Yeah. Either way, it's too late to act. Harsh words have already been hurled between the two. More words cutting than any blade. Each and every one of it digging a wound too deep in the person they've been aimed at. For a long time, Isabella sits there in silence while Rebecca stands unmoving, arms crossed and breathing heavy. Becca doesn't know Isabella's dad died. I think only Ash knows. When Ashton showed up at the pub's main lounge, he caught Rebecca and Isabella in the middle of an argument. The latter insisted on going back to the mansion. The former strongly opposed. However, before Ash could step in, harsh words had already been said. Wait, did I? Despite the lack of words between them, they're both vibrating with anger, refusing to meet the other's eyes. Ever so slowly, the atmosphere in the room turns thick and smothering. A strained air no one in the immediate vicinity, including me, dares to break until the ones at its center does so. Rebecca definitely won't. At some point in our friendship, she has grown to become a woman firm in her opinions. She's never going to back down from this, not when she knows she has a point. Isabella, on the other hand, there has always been a certain stubbornness in her. As frustrating as it is to see sometimes, it's what has gotten her through life's hardships. Perhaps even the only thing that has. When you have nothing else, people tend to cling on to what they have within themselves instead. But she also knows when to withdraw, when a struggle turns useless. A kind of awareness almost second nature to her. When enough is enough, Isabella abruptly stands and marches towards the exit. In fast, rigid steps, away from the hurt and painful words they've let fly earlier. She bumps into me with her pace, the impact nearly knocking her off her feet. Instinct kicks in the last moment, and I reach out for her, grabbing her arm in a steady grip. Surprise flits across her face, an expression mirroring Rebecca's behind her. Neither of them have noticed me. However, that doesn't mean I won't have things to say about this. Honestly, Becca being a bitch. But I don't know what I'm supposed to say for the true ending, and I don't want to fuck it up, so... Which one do I do? They still have to go to the mansion! God damn it, Ashton. Why do you talk so much? Can I see the friendships first? Yeah. That's what we got. Becca's the lowest, then Isabella, and then Zachary is highest. Side with Becca then, please. Oh, okay. Oh, is it to keep Zachary? Okay. Becca.
Okay.
Let go, Ashton.
Rebecca has a point, though.
I know, Ash. I just thought we'd find something in there.
That's exactly what it is. That's fair.
That if I go back, we'll get the answers we need. I found the letter there, so maybe, right?
It's not that I don't agree with her. Hell, I've been considering the same thing. It's the only lead we have after all. But Rebecca has a point I will always agree with, no matter how desperate I am. It's not going to be as simple as a walk in the park. Who knows what we might find there? If she comes with me, I won't be able to guarantee her safety. She'll be in even greater danger. She does have a point, but she did not have to say it like that. Exactly. Hence, alone. Exactly as I have told Zach. If there's a need to go back to that cursed place, I'm doing it on my own. Whether or not the rest of them agree with this plan is inconsequential. Their well-being is my top priority, and I'm not just about to drag them in there with me. So I tell her as much, despite the determination and desperation in her eyes, anything to keep her safe.
Forget it, Belle. You're not going back to that mansion.
But Ash, what about...
This isn't up for debate. Do you really think they'll just let you in? Do you really think they'll give a damn if you walk in there carrying that stupid letter of all things?
No, but there has to be something we can tell them.
Look, I really can't let you do that, Belle.
Ash, the people living in that place now, they were with me during the open house. They have to know. They're in as much trouble as we are.
I don't care about Luke, and Hannah's already dead, so... Wow, it switched places with them. That made Becca like us so much. Holy shit. They just swapped places. Holy crap.
I know, but it's risky. It's dangerous. We don't know what you might find in there. Or if you'll even find anything. What if you see her again? What if she goes after you? What are you going to do? For all we know, it might be a dead end. It's not worth it to put yourself in harm's way like that.
Isabella offers no response, not even a form of resistance, no further argument like I've come to expect from her. Uncharacteristic. Just a silence that stretches far too thin. Till the air in the whole room grows heavy, she merely averts her gaze and hastily wipes tears off her cheek. Like she only noticed them in that moment. Then without another word or even meeting my eyes again, she gently brushes away my hand and runs off, leaving an awkward hush in her wake. Rebecca soon slumps on the chair Isabella has just left, gingerly reaching up to press the bridge of her nose and breathing out a ragged exhale. Arguments like this have always drained her, both her patience and energy. Usually more than her rowdy students do, despite being no stranger to it. She's starting them! In the quietness of the room, I find myself drifting towards her and taking the empty seat next to her. Shortly, she leans her shoulders to mine, like she used to all those years ago. Back when all that mattered to us were grades and what kind of trouble we'd get into the next week. No curse, no letter, no ghosts. Just us and whatever our imagination will take us.
How are you holding up?
Barely, but I'll be fine. It's probably just this curse thing getting to me.
That bad, huh?
Excuse me, you're stuck in this nightmare too. And
Yeah, but
then
he's not
there's
starting
Isabella just being frustrating.
You don't mean that.
She makes a face, having been caught in her lie before allowing a small smile to replace
Yeah,
it.
you're right. I don't.
I wonder why she's no stranger to it. Yeah!
She might act like that, but in the end, she's still my best friend. I should probably apologize later.
You think?
Your fights never did last long.
They're always so petty these days.
I just can't wait for this whole thing to be over. That way we can go back to how everything used to be.
You know that's impossible.
The truth. And we both falter into silence in the face of it. Her mouth opens briefly, and I assume she's about to argue her opinion about it. Maybe say something contrary to it. But eventually, she simply nods, breathes out, and relaxes her rigid posture, a rare occurrence when she almost always has something on her mind. Seeing it, a smile spreads across my face, knowing and perhaps a little pleased. It's one thing to know of change. Watching it play out in front of me is an entirely different matter. In that one exchange, I've caught a short, clear glimpse of what has shifted, of what's inevitable. So much has changed throughout the years. We will never be the same person we once were. And perhaps it's for the better. Rebecca notices soon enough, like she always did. Whatever she sees in my face startles her, causing her to jerk away.
Why are you staring at me like that?
Oh,
Nothing. Don't mind
shipping
me.
them. Ah!
I know that look, Ashton Frey. That's definitely not a nothing.
If that's how she treats her best friend, I fear for her enemies. I mean, she might not be your best friend after you more or less told her you wish she'd never been born. Not quite that, but close to it. Or never came here. I wish I'd never seen you. Like, if a best friend said that to me, I'd question being friends with that person. Like...
You wouldn't be wearing that expression if you didn't have something on your mind.
Really? It's nothing. It's just that when we were kids, you weren't really the kind of person who spoke her mind. Someone else always had to stand up for you. You've changed a lot, Becca.
What did you expect? It's been, what, 17, 18 years?
What I'm trying to say is, I think I like this version of you more.
A beat.
Except when you're mad, and you're yelling, and you're glaring daggers at everyone. You're pretty scary, you know.
Well, don't say that so casually. Also, if you're just going to complain, we might as well just end this talk right now.
See what I mean? Even Z-Man's scared of you. I'd bet my entire salary on it.
She swats at my arm, the gesture light and familiar, causes us both to burst into peals of laughter afterwards. When was the last time she shared something like this? I can't even remember. It's nice, though. To have another conversation like this, to sit side by side, simply enjoying each other's company. I'm not very fond of looking back to the past. Most of it means having to remember unpleasant things for me, but sometimes coiled around that bad are the good ones. And Becca's there for most of it. Things may change, but her friendship is one thing I will hold dear. We may meet new people throughout our lives, but that doesn't mean I will care any less for her. Which makes this whole business with the letter even more urgent. While Rebecca's right, Isabella's reasoning also makes sense. Hell, I've been considering the same thing. It's the only lead we have after all. With what's at stake, I can't let this curse win, quote unquote. If such a thing even makes sense when dealing with the supernatural. Tonight, by any means, I need to go back to that cursed place. Alone, because who knows what we might find there. Whether or not the rest of them agree with this plan is inconsequential. Their well-being is my top priority, and I'm not just about to drag them in there with me. My apprehension must have been quite obvious on my face. In a sudden motion, Rebecca reaches out and taps my arm. Although she does it gently, it startles me, nevertheless, and it's enough to put a worried look on her. For a moment, she studies my face, eyes scrutinizing, searching. But before I can even avert my gaze, keep her from getting a read on me, she straightens, her worry abruptly fading into a look of disapproval.
You have a plan in mind, don't you?
It's a simple yes or no question. I can lie, easily lie, yet her tone completely belies everything her words mean. I may as well tell her everything. When all this is said and done, she's still one of the few people I trust. However, every vein in my body knows she'll be the first to disagree, put her foot down, and stop me. And once she does, who else would be left to fix this? Zach? Isabella? Her? I do understand her concerns, but there are times when they are misplaced. This complication isn't what I need at the moment. But what am I supposed to say? What is she expecting to hear from me? What answer will satisfy her? She certainly appears like she's hoping for more than just a yes or no, for an answer I can't give at the moment. Do I keep her in the dark or offer a vague answer? What else then? Don't know if that helps. Holly, that's your food. What are you doing? Oh, what are you on? Yep, that's your food. Do I want to make both girls mad? Like, what am I doing here? Keep in dark, I think. I'll save, just in case.
You don't need to worry about it.
That does make her like me less, if that's what you're going for.
There you
Daph!
are. There you are.
Hi. Daph, what were you playing? Were you having all the fun? Chat, if you're not following watching Daph, you absolutely should be. He's a precious cinnamon roll, too pure for this world. That'll do? Okay. Welcome on in, everyone. Hey. What were you playing? Also, everyone that came in, hello, welcome. My name is KatFTWynn. I'm currently playing the letter. There are going to be a lot of spoilers. We're going to be talking about a lot of spoilers because I've already beaten it. We're doing the true end right now. Please do not let me know anything about the true ending if you know. But here's a raid response for you guys real quick. Hi, you raiders. Welcome on in. My name is KatFTWynn, and I am an ace, pan, and poly bean. Oh, hi. I have loving partners.
Just wait.
Horrified.
Nice.
Also, a very interesting family of a lesbian mother, a gay father, and lesbian grandmothers, and I grew up with a bunch of gay friends, and our whole community is really gay friendly, so welcome on in. Do you ever just look at what you're drawing and then go, why am I drawing this? Next time, I think that man just died. By you. Well, mistakes were made. Mistakes were made, chat! Mistakes were made! Nobody saw that! What is this a cake of your child? You made a cake of your dead child? I don't think Ashley's okay. He is shaken. What is happening? Patricia! Ah! I fucking did it! He is very upset with that wall. Oh shit! I may have died. Oh! Fucking what? Hey, reckless driving, sir. Get out of the vehicle. Hey, so that's me. Hello and welcome, everyone. Also, we got Tali just chilling. She's sunbathing. Hi, baby. She's also grooming right now. All right, so we're, playing the letter. Again, spoilies. You were playing some Elden Ring, though. Finally getting back into streaming after 7-month hiatus. Holy shit. How does it feel? How's it feel? Ow. Owie. I accidentally went to go put my, I had my hand on the arms of the chair and pulled into the desk, and the desk knocked my ring into my knuckle. Anyway. Excuse me. Also, there are triggers for this game. If you have some triggers, I would read that list carefully just to make sure it's nothing important for you. But yeah. A sigh and a lie. That's all I can offer, and hopefully this will be the last time I need to do so. That doesn't make me feel any less awful about this, though. It's worse when you know she's only asking because she's worried. Sure, I can tell her, but what good would that do? I've already told Zach, one person is enough. Hell, simply letting someone in on the plan makes me iffy. Broadening that circle and revealing too much would just cause another pointless concern. But someone has to be aware, at least, of where I'm heading off to in case things don't pan out. Expect the worst, even if I've only intended to do a quick survey of the place. In my own words, risky. Becca doesn't need to know the kind of danger I might be throwing myself in tonight. She should prioritize herself and her own safety first before others. But it's never easy with her, is it?
Ashton, if this has something to do with that letter and that bloody curse, I think this concerns me as well. Every one of us, in fact.
I mean, she's not wrong.
I'm not asking for a thesis of whatever's going on inside that head of yours. But it'd be really nice to be informed for once, this time.
Rebecca, I'm not...
What's keeping you from saying anything now? This isn't a case anymore. You don't even have to worry about red tape or bureaucracy or everything you've been complaining about before. Those things don't matter now. If you want this thing to work, if we're going to even live through this, you need to stop keeping people in the dark, Ash.
A thick, awkward silence hangs in the air. There are thoughts, stuff I want to say, but the words won't form, simply because uttering them is an admission. It's not even the red tape or the associated politics or my work that's the problem here. It's me. I've messed up. I've messed up a lot, but my friends are not supposed to be the ones taking the repercussions for my mistakes. Those are of my own doing, of my own responsibility. A fear, a heavy weight on my shoulders that Rebecca won't be able to grasp, even with her concerns, because all this time she looks to me as if I'm still the same kid from years ago, who she depended on when she has yet to find herself, who she turned to for answers despite my lack of them. It makes me all the more afraid to fuck up this time, and in case I do, she's the last person I want to be with me. Getting her into trouble, getting her killed, is not how I want to repay the friendship she has so generously offered after all these years. The best that I simply leave the things like this for now. Without another word, I stand up as soon as footsteps shuffle from the next room, its cadence slow and hesitant. For a moment, Rebecca appears as if she's about to protest, but shortly, Isabella comes into view, clutching her hands firmly in front of her and sporting the same uncertainty in her face. She casts me a cursory look, then shifts her nervous one to Rebecca, who studies her with a curious gleam in her eyes. Their fights never did last
Becca,
long.
Are you free? Am I interrupting something? If it's okay, can we talk?
Her interruption could not have come sooner, and I'm all the more glad for it. Tali. Madam. Madam. Do you need me to move that succulent? She's like leaning in the succulents. Whatever kind of friendship I share with the two, this remains something for only the two of them, much like my own and Zach. I'm the outsider. They don't need me here. It's all the reason I need. Muttering an excuse, I beat a hasty exit out of the main lounge and leave them to mend things on their own. Before Rebecca can say what's on her mind, before the last frustrated glare she directs my way forces me to change my mind. It's another lasting image that firmly etches itself into my memory, one that spurs the conscience, among other things. I just hope I won't regret what I've chosen for myself tonight. Oh, you will. Oh, you will. After a stern few words with for Isabella, Ashton was left alone with Rebecca, despite his agreement with Isabella's idea. She knew he had a plan in mind, something he refused to divulge, to Rebecca's irritation. When all was said and done, the woman strictly reminded him to stop keeping them in the dark. Okay. Galloway Shaw's Monday night crowd, although small and barely occupies a quarter of the whole pub, provides ample enough cover for anyone who wishes to leave the place unnoticed. Just exactly what I need tonight, with the lively music and chatter slipping out mostly unseen, becomes a piece of cake. This feels like it should be skipped. Without much trouble, soon enough I find myself standing outside under a chilly Luxborn night. A gust of wind picks up shortly after I step out, carrying the telltale smell of an impending rain. I'll give it about an hour or two before it starts. From the looks of it, I'm gonna try. Tonight will be another downpour, maybe even stronger than the one we had this morning. On instinct, I hunch further into my jacket, hugging its thick material closer to my body while I weave my way through the lines of the empty cars in the parking lot. The letter crinkles in my pocket with each step I take, though I pay no mind as I hurry towards my car. I've nicked it minutes ago from Isabella's belongings on my way out. If this is all connected, I need this damn piece of paper with me. However ridiculous it sounds, I'm quite sure it won't be missed either, but I can't waste time here and wait for her to find out, can I? 4 hours is all I'm giving myself to get this done. 3 if I'm inclined to go by Zach's the rules Z-Man set, but when have I ever? Regardless of how generous that is, each sounds just as important as the next. So I hurry, 1 footstep over the other, echoing as I make a beeline for my car. But as with every plan, problems crop up at the last second. It's practically a universal rule. And it does, in the form of a long figure waiting for me next to my car. Becca turns. Oh. Who's going to be by the car? Ash is like, "Kay, you two kids have fun now. I'm off to the mansion." How the fuck? Wasn't she in a discussion with Isabella? I'm so confused. You're adorable. She is as leaned up on the windowsill as possible, leaning against the window in the sunbeams. Rebecca turns just as I near, the corners of her mouth twitching up in a wry smile. She offers no greeting except for a slight tilt of her head. Even as my pace slows and I look at her with all the unvoiced questions in my eyes, she remains wordless, merely throwing her head back and shifting her attention up at the starless sky when I come to stand beside her. Another gust of wind blows as she breathes out a sigh, weary, thick, with something close to resignation. The breeze carries all of it away, while she hugs her arms closer to herself to keep warm, which raises the question why she's out here. The air's already heavy with the promise of rain, with clouds obscuring the view. There's really nothing left to look at but the dark blanket of nothingness. Still, she stands here, as if she's intentionally waiting for everything to fall. That, or she's here for some other reason. But before I can voice a single word, express a disapproval of any kind, she raises a halting hand at me, sharply cutting off the rest of my question.
I'm not here to stop you. Wherever it is you're planning to go off tonight, I won't be able to anyway. You look like you've already made up your mind.
Go back inside. It's going to rain soon. It'll probably be even heavier than the downpour we had this morning. You wouldn't want to be caught in it.
I will, in a moment.
Hold on, I want to take a picture of Talia. I've never seen her do this. Is she being cute? Okay. I had to. Is she being cute? Did it work actually? Yeah, okay. Sometimes my phone doesn't work.
I just want to stay out here a bit for some air, away from the noise inside. Everything's been so chaotic these days.
Were we hoping this was going to be Zach,
little
by
break
the way?
is nice. Even if it means standing in the middle of a parking lot, of all places. Getting out of this mess would definitely be better, but hey, you take what you can get, right?
It'll be over soon.
The confidence in my own words surprises even me. How do I know? Why am I so sure? When in truth, what I'm about to do is the last-ditch effort. If this fails, if I don't find anything, we're back to square one. It's the last lead I have. After this, we have nothing else to go off from here. Regardless, it seems to amuse her, and her laughter soon sounds above the murmur of the distant traffic and the light draft sweeping around us. Can't remember if it can be Zach or Becca is the default for this. Oh, okay.
I wish. I'll be content as long as she stops showing up in my mind whenever I close my eyes.
I thought this was what you were
I
trying
think
to
that may
get.
take some time. The brain doesn't easily forget trauma.
I can try, but you know, it also did a lot to us.
Tell me about it. The back of my head's still smarting from my fall last night.
Not that kind. I'm talking about us. As people. I hate to admit it, but this whole deal with the ghost, with the curse, it also brought out an ugly side to us. To all of us.
Not to Zach. Zach's been a precious cinnamon roll this whole time. Don't you put that darkness on him. Ah! Ah! Okay.
And it made me realize plenty of things. About myself. About us.
Rebecca trails off. Suddenly a pensive expression spreads across her face. I've seen it countless times before. And every time I see it on her, it's usually followed by a memory, a silly story, or even something embarrassing I've said from childhood. Unlike me, who will much rather forget, she remembers each of them so easily. And after a short bout of silence, when she smiles, I know this was one of those times
Do
again.
you remember that one time, back in secondary?
Which one? We did a lot of dumb things back then. Well, I did, but you get the point.
Mandy.
That you're a bad friend, Becca, I agree.
I thought you still don't like her.
Truth,
Don't tell me
Zach
you've
is
kept in
above everyone
contact
else.
with
He
her.
is precious and
Are
unsullied.
you guys
Yeah.
friends now or something?
Oh no. We do see each other sometimes. On the way to work or when I go out for lunch, but it's nothing like that. We're not friends. Not in this lifetime. I don't think so. I don't think we'll ever get along, but if it wasn't for her, we wouldn't even be friends, yeah? You stood up for me that day. And from then on, things have changed.
She makes it sound like I'm some sort of hero. Mandy was in the wrong, of course. I'll defend her. If no one's going to stand up for who else will. Chances are it would have escalated, and who knows, maybe she would have stopped going to school or transferred. Any decent human with an ounce of sense would know better. I acted because I know what I'm doing is what's right. Still not sure which way she's going with this. It's as simple as that. Yet she smiles as if it's worth more than that, a fondness that goes beyond nostalgia.
I guess what I'm trying to get at is, this time, I don't want this to go unsaid. You know, just in case something happens. Ash, I've always been in love with you.
She says it so plainly, holding my gaze and in a voice too frank, that her admission stuns me into silence. Like the wind has suddenly been knocked out of me in one fell swoop. No words will form, not even a single coherent thought, as the meaning of her words bear down on me. Nevertheless, she continues, desperate to express everything she has kept up to herself all those years. This is what the fondness is. Why, for her, it weighs heavier than any feelings of nostalgia can carry.
Since that time in secondary? Since I made that promise to never leave?
I know this is supposed to be touching, but that was so dramatic.
I've always truly loved you.
Afterwards, there's relief. A weight suddenly being lifted from her shoulders after so long. She closes her eyes and lets out a breath. When she looks back at me, though, there's nothing but hope in them. Eyes that are searching for an answer. Facing the sincerity behind her words, I find myself grasping, scrambling for the words. It's fine, you're gonna die, it doesn't matter. You can say whatever you want. Because as much as this pains me to admit, I can't give her the same affection she's asking from me. We might have spent so many years alongside each other. Hell, we practically grew up together. But that never automatically means I'll never hold for her feelings that goes beyond the boundaries of friendship. I do appreciate her presence in my life, even more than glad that she has stuck with me even through the toughest moments, even when she finds me difficult or aggravating. However, it's really all there is to it. She's a close, important friend to me, but nothing
Rebecca,
more.
I
I draw in a breath, ragged, unsure. I don't even get to choose. I think it's just because of the relationship I have with her. Uncertain how and which words to put together so it will hurt her less, so the wounds they might leave won't be as deep or scar. Poor Ash, poor Becca. She finally gets her man and then she doesn't. Yep. Same with Bella, though. I tried to hook up Ash and Bella and that didn't happen either, Isabella. Everyone's forever alone, except for Hannah and Luke in my playthrough, and I'm upset about it. Though before I can even string two phrases together, she lifts a hand to my mouth and silences me. A smile's on her face, kinder than every single one I've seen from her so far. It's nice to see it on her. Suits her more than the glares or frowns. But at the same time, it only serves to baffle me.
You don't have to answer me.
Yeah, but you should... I should...
No, I mean, you don't need to.
Okay, now I'm really confused. One moment you're saying you've been in love with me since secondary, now you're telling me to shut up?
Yeah.
If you want to interpret it like that, all right.
No, really. Some explanation would be nice,
Yeah,
Becca.
how about you don't confuse him?
Because a lot of things are going on right now, and I'm afraid I can't catch up. Especially with this curveball you just threw.
And we could have had Hannah and Marianne get together this run too, but we killed them both, yeah.
It means what it means, Ashton. You don't need to answer me. I don't really need to hear it anymore. It's not that I don't want to. Believe me, if I were the same person I was before this whole thing happened to us, I'd be elated. Excited even. But, like I said, I also realized some things. Understood myself more. Ash, I did love you. Ever since we were kids, all those times you defended me from
a change
bullies.
of heart is the cheat maker.
I don't think that's going to change anytime soon. Even after this. But at the end of the day, once you take a closer look at everything, it also turned me into a really selfish person.
That's very self-observant of her.
When you think about it, maybe the Ashton I loved isn't the one standing in front of me right now. Maybe all this time, I'm still clinging on to that aloof kid I met 17 years ago. I didn't even consider that you have a mind of your own. That one day, it won't just be the two of us. That you'll find someone else and it won't be me.
I'm sorry, Becca.
It's Zach! No, I'm not even sure what I'm apologizing for, that I can't return her feelings, or because I'm somehow holding myself responsible for this, even if up until now I have no idea how she felt. Regardless, she continues to smile through all of it.
It's not your fault. Don't say that. I'm the one who should apologize. Since I suddenly sprung this up on you when you have other things to do, I just thought I should let you know. So I can finally let this whole thing go. One question though. Are you going to tell her?
Tell what to who?
I pause, frowning. A brief moment of doubt while I try to figure out what she's talking about all of a sudden. When it finally sinks in, though, my bewilderment hastily gives away to utter embarrassment.
Oh, shit.
Heat abruptly crawls up my face, no matter my efforts to keep it down. In the end, I can only look away from her, afraid of what else she'll see in it.
Did you really think no one would notice?
But also, their relationship's even lower in this playthrough, so I don't think they're gonna end up together.
Was it that obvious?
It was surprisingly easy to tell. But
but that was probably because I've known you longer than anyone.
Fuck, who else knows?
At least she's being nice about it right now. This whole confession scene, this is what I relate to so strongly with Rebecca. She's being really good here. That's fair.
I think Zach suspects.
Shit.
You're embarrassingly lame when you're trying too hard. It's almost painful to watch. Don't worry. With your terrible way of flirting.
Yeah, she has no idea.
And knowing her, I'm quite sure Belle has no idea, even now. Not even a clue.
Harsh, Rebecca. Really harsh. I could use a vote of confidence, you know.
But she doesn't. She laughs loud, the kind that's free of any burden, ringing above the wind, slowly picking up as the storm clouds approach. With it, however, the awkward atmosphere lifts at last. There's only that camaraderie we've shared since meeting in that classroom 17 years ago.
I'm serious, though. Tell her, and if you ever make her cry, I'll hit you with every damn history book I have on my shelf. Clear?
It doesn't matter because he's gonna die, so no one's happy.
Noted, ma'am.
Anyway, thanks for hearing me out. I won't keep you long. I know you have things to do. Just promise me you'll be careful, all right?
She doesn't wait for an answer. Instead, she gives me a push, with a force only heavy enough to throw me off balance. Caught unawares by the gesture for a few moments, I fight for purchase against my car's trunk, bracing my hands on its smooth surface. When I look up, with a string of reprimands ready on the tip of my tongue, Becca's already halfway through the parking lot. There's a small skip in her steps, while the breeze carries the light tune she's whistling. On a whim, I let its notes be the last thing I commit to memory before slipping inside my car and driving off. It sounds like a new beginning, more than anything. Another reason to be optimistic. Alright, so we still have Ashton breaking into the house and them encountering Luke, and then Luke. I don't think we're finishing this. And it's probably... This might be the best place to stop and carry it on into another, if you're okay with that. Yeah, we ain't getting there tonight. I'm so sorry. Ash talks so much. And with Becca being alive, it's completely new. But, like, we have so much left. And you said Luke's is probably going to be entirely changed now. So it's not even going to be fast. Ashton left for the mansion at nightfall, but when he got to his car, he found Rebecca waiting for him. Fearing she might not have a chance, Rebecca confessed her feelings, but before he could answer, Rebecca stopped him, admitted she had been selfish, and she was letting him go. She only wanted him to know. Ash is such a chatty Cathy. He is a chatty Cathy. He has all of the thoughts in the world, which, I mean, if my brain was written like a visual novel, not only would I talk as much as Ashton, it would jump from thought to thought with very little connections in between. So, I mean, like, mood. But, yeah. Stopping here is fine. Okay. I just wanted to make sure that was okay with you, but I don't think we'd be done within the next hour and a half, and I know it's late for you. And also, it's been 4 hours because I did start late, but I started around 1:20, so I think it's been about exactly 4 hours. So... I think this might be a good time because then we might finish early next time, which, hey, if we finish in 2 hours, we can then switch over to AI, and that would be more than enough time for it. But this way we don't have to rush the ending. So I'm gonna save again. Wait, did I not save? We'll do that one. All right. Holy crap though, Ashton. Holy crap. You talk so goddamn much. He really does. Like, compared to everyone else, his thoughts are vast. Vast and abundant. But, holy crap. So much has changed. At least we got to see a lot of different perspectives, which is fun. I do like that a lot. So, heck yes. And now I have Luke's voice actor's Twitter to look at. Thanks, Demonis. Don't know what I'll do with that information, but I have it now. Thank you so much, Hall, for being a lovely Patreon bean and for telling me what answers I need so that way I can get this done. I really, really appreciate it. Because that allows me to effectively move forward without having to guess. And it's really fun to see all of these things come together to have the final. I'm so interested. Like, I'm so sad we didn't get to it. I'm so interested in Luke's chapter personally because of how different it's going to be now because of Hannah and everything. Like, I'm so curious. Like, that's... Like, this is like, aw, cute, or, you know, some, you know, new scenes. That's gonna be so vastly different. It's kind of like seeing from the perspective of a murderer. I'm so curious about it. And I'm curious about how it's all gonna go down. Like, are they gonna be outrunning him? Probably. He's probably gonna shoot Ash. That's probably, or Johans is gonna kill him. One or the other. That's how Ash is gonna die. That's my guess. I don't know. Don't tell me, but. Holy crap. But we're gonna go raid someone. I'll be live again tomorrow at noon Central Standard Time, where we'll be doing some memes and things, and then playing Elden Ring. So if you like that Elden Ring life, if you want to see me kick some boss ass and possibly get my ass bossed, get my ass kicked, which is definitely gonna happen. How many deaths are we at? Which I think is still wrong. I gotta go look back, but unalive. How many we at? 78. And I think we've killed 9 bosses. Yeah! I was correct. So, that'll be tomorrow. I really thought when Rebecca confessed that we'd missed the chance at the thing I was going for, but it's still on since she went, I love you, but we're probably not right together. What are we gonna go for? Zach! Zach and Ash, canon, done. But how can it happen? I don't know. How can it happen if Ash is gonna die? Oh, I don't know. Ass bossed around. I mean, God damn it. But we're gonna go give someone some love. If you guys need something to say during this raid, copy and paste this to 1, make sure it works, and 2, to let us know you're coming with. We're gonna go give some love to Ash. Ash is currently raising money. Let's go give Ash all of it. It looks like St. Jude. I think that's St. Jude's logo. We're gonna go give some love to Ash, who is playing Friday the 13th, the game, so it kind of works perfectly. Let's do it. Currently, she's watching a video while music's playing, but I think maybe waiting for cues to pop or anything. Let's go give Ash all the love. It's not a relationship as such, but you'll see, hopefully. Okay. Hopefully killing him off won't be an issue. But I'll see you guys in Ash's chat. Otherwise, I'll see you tomorrow for some Elden Ring. You guys are absolutely wonderful. Precious cinnamon rolls, I appreciate you. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good night, everyone. Bye. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for spending your night with me. Have a good Friday night. Bye, everyone. Bye, guys.